to be this far. They've beaten out some of the best, and some of the biggest names in Counter-Strike could do it. And moreover, they've got quite the fan base here to support them.
Yeah, I mean, the wins they've had has been very, very convincingly, I would say. The fact that they're able to beat both LDLC and Complexity, not only in a best-of-3 series, but winning 2-0 without really being pressured to the limit, tells quite the story about this team and how good they are. I like the way Barber came out yesterday in the HLTV interview. Not only did he say that he thought that Plopsky was better than Roland, that's a bold statement to make. Obviously, you can read into that. It's his teammate. He has to sort of like hype him up and guide him up in that way. But the fact that they have on this team matches pretty much all the other teams that they ever played online. That's a bold statement to make, and I think we got to see some of that yesterday, so I think they can stand behind that statement, and I think that's what we have to see today against Bravado as well. If they don't turn up individually, Bravado can easily match them as well on the individual firepower, and that's when we get the close matchup. Yeah, and just to add on to what Barber said as well, would be the fact that we just saw Knock in the interview saying, this is our first LAN tournament. This is my first LAN tournament, and he is just playing out of his mind, right? This kid as well, Plopsky, is so young. He's been performing out of his mind. Then we have Bolton as well. Day one, he was kind of like very quiet. But yesterday, he was like incredibly. He was playing incredibly. Barber was fragging as well. I think the only player is you know, the fifth. It's slipping my mind right now. But he was Zinken. Zinken wasn't really having, you know, a big game, so to speak. But he was having these key moments here and there. But yeah, all things considered, I think they're going to be pretty happy with this.
And Bled, I guess if you look at it a little bit further, I mean, I heard you talking a little bit in the lobby last night about this team, and you went into a really big detail. You had a lot to say about them. So I guess, what else did you have on your mind?
Oh, nothing else.
Okay, well,
I'm good, man.
Plopsky, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Nah, these guys have succeeded and I guess surpassed all expectations, and it's really cool to see them have a home crowd behind them to do it. I love the idea of having family here for that.
You know all about exceeding expectations, right, Trace?
It's what I do. Some might even say I'm an overachiever. Some might say...
Every single day, isn't it?
Some say that C's get degrees. But Bled, what were you really saying about these guys? And actually, we'll pause right there. Jacob, you were talking about the other side of the equation when it came down to this game. Bravado, you had a lot to say about the Avocado family.
Yeah, I mean, avocados is the most overrated. Is it even a fruit? I don't know what it is. It's definitely an overrated species, I think.
You need to relax.
Yeah, I'm relaxing, and Twitch can go crazy if they want to.
Some people like that, yeah?
Yeah, I don't care.
It's good,
anyway. Let's talk Counter-Strike, let's talk players, let's talk Bravado. I think this is a team that has surprised me the most. I think x6tence Galaxy, just from the fact that we know that they're Swedish and they can play Counter-Strike, especially the puck style, you know, it's a surprise, but somewhat, you know that the Swedes are going to play well. Whereas from the South African scene, we haven't seen anything from them, really. So the fact they can come in here and play Counter-Strike to this level that they're doing right now, I think that is super, super impressive. The win against Optic, that was the most impressive one to me, because that was a ball of a fight. That was going back and forth. There was some clutch rounds that was coming down, and they showed some resilience. They showed some, how do you say, like complexity in the way they played as well. I feel they had some ideas of how they wanted to work around the map. Dust 2 is a fairly easy map to approach, but they made it look good anyway. So I think they have an idea of what they're doing, and I think that's the cool thing about this Bravado team, that it's not only just a team that is coming here and getting an upset win, it's a team that is actually here to play Counter-Strike, and I think it's a team that is doing it pretty well right now.
Yeah, and also just to add on what you said was the fact that this particular team, even though those were two pretty close maps, so to speak, they showed that they have what it takes to really grind the map out, and that's what impressed me the most. Like, a complete stomp is something else, but when you're facing off against the likes of an Optic or a G2, and it's a close game, and yet you're showing the composure and experience to somehow close it out. And especially this guy, right, Sonic, he's not just been so consistent throughout, but he seems to be kind of like the mascot of the team. He's been making it work, and while he's been performing consistently, you have players like Fady stepping up, we have players like JT stepping up, and of course Detrony as well with that AWP, he was looking phenomenal. I know it's not much to say because I only saw 2 maps of theirs, but like you said, they have impressed me so far.
Well, so have Sonic and Knock. That's going to be our head-to-head. If you look at the numbers, you might think, wow, this Knock guy's nuts. And he is. Kind of like the nuts out of an avocado. Jacob, do you know that an avocado is a berry? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know, and I honestly don't care.
Well, that's
guacamole is pretty good. That's the only good thing avocado produces.
How do you say it again?
Guacamole.
Guacamole? Guacamole. Yeah, and it is really good. It's actually one of the big delicacies of that cuisine.
Sure.
But nonetheless, we can begin to talk about Twitch votes, because I need you all at home to put down your monsters, put down your candies, and actually save some candy corn for me. I'm a big fan. But in the meantime, I need you to vote !BVD in chat for Bravado, or !X6. for Existence.
And I'm actually
Galaxy.
super interested to see what the Twitch chat think about this one, because I'm not settled on this one. I don't really know who I would call the favorites going into this one. You see by the odds here, provided by GGBet, that they actually favor Existence by quite a big margin. I think that has to come down to the fact that we have seen Existence play more. We have seen them win 2 best-of-3 series against 2 very decent teams, Complexity and LDLC. The asterisk to that one is that both of those teams are currently facing a rough time. LDLC is by far not playing the best game. Complexity are by far not playing the best game. I think Stanislaw even said yesterday on Twitter that this is the worst we've ever been. So I think that's quite a statement. Obviously it comes from him, so he has to say that. But the fact that they have been able to beat those 2 teams 2-0 in the convincing way they have must make up for the odds. I would say it's not, a lot closer. I would say it's not a 50-50. I would probably give it 60-40 in favor of Existence, but it's definitely closer than the odds we're showcasing here, to my understanding.
Well, they've definitely made a statement, Jacob.
They have.
Big statement. Galaxy Quest. Or Existence Galaxy. Big difference, but you know what I mean. Guys, I need to know what you're thinking before we talk about Twitch chats anymore. Before we talk about what you're feeling at home, I need to know what you two are thinking about this matchup, because I know this is going to be a difficult one to predict, but you got to do it, Jacob, so do it right now.
Why do I have to start all the time? Trace, well, how about you start?
All right. Go for it.
You want me to start? You want me to throw production under the bus like that? All right,
sure.
Fine. I'm off the script. I'm off the radar right now. I'm going to tell you why the South Africans are about to put the Swedes away here on home turf, because they have come here with a fire, with a passion. All the power and all the might of the almighty avocado are standing behind that of Bravado, just like you should be in Twitch chat, and you could spam that avocado right about now. Next victim.
Some may even say Bravocado.
That was okay. Wasn't your best.
I've done worse.
Yeah.
I've done worse. I definitely do not agree with you. I think the Swedes are the stronger team here. I think the Swedes have the individual firepower to go up against Bravado. By no means do I think this is going to be a landslide of a game. I think that both teams are here to play, and both teams are obviously here to win. And I think it's going to be a tense and a close match. And I could see it go both ways, to be honest. It all comes down to who is feeling it more on the day. But what I've seen so far, and we have a little bit of a bigger sample size from the Existence Galaxy guys, considering those 2 best-of-3 wins. If they can keep up that level that they showed against LDLC and Complexity, we have to see another level from Bravado, and we haven't seen that yet. They may have it, they may not, but for now, I think I'm going to go with Existence Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with them as well. Like you just said, it's just a bigger sample size to work with, right? Like Bravado, they did manage to beat Optic and G2. Convincing, not very convincing wins, but a win nonetheless. And the fact is, we saw a lot of good things coming out from them. We saw Detrony said that we have a very wide map pool as well. But like you said, Existence, just the way they won those games yesterday, they were convincing, but they also, can fall. Like day one, they really didn't show up in the server, right? Yep. So it could get a little tricky either way. It's going to be a very close game, but I will have to side with the Existence just because we've seen more of them, and we haven't seen that much from Bravado, just 2 best-of-1s. But yeah, it's going to be a barn burner for Game Trace. It's going to be amazing.
It will be just that. I know this one's going to be a harder one to predict, so let's take a look at what you thought at home with the Twitch votes and see how those numbers unfolded. And it would appear as though you're on my side, not the side of these guys over here, whatever it is you guys do. Not real sure, but nonetheless, thank you very much for your support. Bravado, I'm sure, thanks you as well. And also, I want to thank you for hitting Control-T right now. Let's just take a quick timeout of everything that you're doing. Hit Control-T. That's right. Type in DreamHack.com. /digital pass. Head over there right now and check out Snipe. Go ahead and get the all-encompassing look into what is the DreamHack Winter 2018. Because it is the one true way to get the multi-view experience. You can do it with Snipe. And in fact, it's time for me to snipe down to our commentators who are going to be sitting by, who are ready to get us into our first semifinal. It's going to be Risk and Hugo. Fellas, good morning. How goes it? I can see you're not very festive today.
Yeah, we've moved away. We've still got the Christmas tree, though. We're rocking that, so thank you very much. And we're ready to get one of our 5 a day with the avocados coming in hot up against Existence. Risk. This is going to be a weird game, right? A crazy situation to see both qualified teams up here in the semifinals. One of them will be in the grand final, that's for sure. Who's it going to be?
It's a tough call. I would say that the favorite has to be Existence. I would agree with the 2 experts on the desk, and not the avocado expert. But yeah, it's an interesting one. But to be honest, what I feel like it's the most important thing is that this is where Bravado really shows if they've came here to play, if their level is true. Like, best-of-1s is best-of-1s. Let's be real, it's not the true test. The true test of a Counter-Strike team is a best-of-3 on stage. And this is what they're getting now. If they can beat Existence Galaxy, yes, not one of the best teams in the world, but still a solid, decent European team, then they've shown that all this, like the moves to NA, coming here, qualifying here, all this is real if they take this game.
And one of the big things I think that needs to be talked about, okay, yes, they've only played best of ones, whereas obviously we've had those best of threes come through for Existence. The teams in which Bravado faced to get here were undoubtedly better than that of the games that Existence Galaxy were having to face. They beat G2 and Optic. Those are two pretty tough contenders, even with the situations they're in right now. But we'll talk about that later, Risk. We are jumping straight into this one. Map 1 of the semi-finals here at DreamHack Open Winter 2018. It's Bravado on that CT side and Nuke. It's Existence Galaxy on the T side. And straight into this one. We've got a couple of PT50s dropped over for Barbar, and Nork and Popsky are going to be picking them up. Armor on everyone else, and deep outside control already been taken, but look at the challenge from CT.
Facing two guys from the Heaven area. JAT trying to hold it. Fady close range with the USP. Picking up the first one, but the real explosion is the inner one. Gonna come through here. Sonic is ready to deliver, and he does! Two straight up, almost a third, and sinking in with the refrag.
Yeah, the flashbang actually comes back against Existence, and now it is just sinking. He needs to step up, but that bomb's out in the open. Bravado have full control over it, and he can't get back into the site. Gonna have to move his way round towards the door, try and take a different approach. Does give away his position while doing so eyes will be drawn to this spot, and they're going to double peek him. Zinken, he's trying his best, but he's getting whittled away. 7 points of health, and one more bullet from Elusive. That will finish off the job. Strong start for Bravado here on Nuke. Exactly what they would have wanted.
Very important that you get started on CT. You get a lot of rounds on that side. They usually do. That is the side that they get the most on. 55.5 to be exact. But one thing we have to remember as well, the guys over Existence, they're on a 4-map winning streak, and they're on a 4-map winning streak against Havu, 3D Max, LDLC, and Complexity. Solid mid-tier European teams.
And considering we saw Bravado beat G2 on this map just a couple of days ago, it means Existence are going to have information to work off. They're going to know how Bravado played to some extent. So yes, Bravado, they do get off with a lead, but this is the map pick of Existence. So things definitely getting scary here, but a strong start from the South Africans. They are now up against those Glocks.
Yeah, and this is probably not going to be very scary for Bravado. Should be no worries, just a couple of Glocks. One P250 on Sinkin, because he got a couple of extra frags in that pistol round, so it makes sense for him just to get a little bit extra equipment. Everyone upgrading, no one's on MP9s or UMP45s, and that's showing and like telling us a story about, nice shot there from Fady, that Bravado are really respectful of these Existence Galaxy. Like they're going to respect the chance or the risk that there could be coming like maybe like a couple of pistols out here or something strange, maybe a Mac-10 rush. They don't want to be in a position where they can get surprised, so they just buy straight up.
But it is also showing the confidence to get rid of this round with ease and then go into a rifle round with full guns. If they had SMGs here, yeah, they'd have an opportunity to make money, but as soon as Existence pull in AKs in round number 3, Bravado would be at a disadvantage. And they still will be 2 Famases, 3 Famases, but at least they're a little better armed. Elusive, he's going to need to be. It's the ramp push from 3. PT50 on Nork, and that goes straight in. Barbar's dead. There is a trade. PT50 going in last, so that's good from at least from Existence. But a bit of a mess up of the throw, and that's going to be a FAMAS swapped over for the M4. Detroni does get it at the end of the day.
Oh, it's so unfortunate, because what he wanted to do is obviously throw the M4 on the boxes, and if the CTs don't immediately spot it, they have no idea where it is. And you have like 5 seconds to pick that gun up, and then the round starts again. So in that small window, yes, he could have maybe thrown away that M4, but that's not going to be the case. They're going to have 3 M4s, 2 FAMASes, kits on almost everyone, decent utility. T-side, they have it up on Knock, but it's the glass cannon, and decent utility as well with them.
I mean, this man has been a bit of a star so far for this team, so to see him on the AWP early is exactly what we want. Little does he know it, but Fady on the other side of the smoke almost offered himself up. 10 HP left on that man. That was an early wallbang from bottom to put him down to this low HP. We've actually had a ramp push as well. Keep your eyes on Elusive. He's crept his way up, and he's going to be putting pressure. He's not being silent about this position. Look at this. Deep smoke. He's still got an incendiary to play with to hold back these Ts, and now Existence are going to be a little bit fearful.
This is such a nice way to play ramp and play any position, is that you basically take like 60% map control. You don't push aggressively, but you just hold it so you have a like slight advantage if someone wants to come in and challenge. No one is there to begin with, so he tells that. He says, okay, there's no one ramp. They're probably trying something outside. Calls this to the Detroni. The smoke drops. He does so much damage through it. And not only do they have the knowledge of they're probably going to go secret. Fady can rotate in, but they've also done damage.
The issue is the bomb's still back in lobby, so if that player goes down or if Bravado get aggressive, this could be a real problem. But in the meantime, Barbar, he's been cut off by the Molotov thrown down by Fady. Flashbang in to pick up the AK-47, and he'll spot nothing more. 35 seconds left up on this clock. Fady's still challenging. Fady's still winning fights. He's found himself a second kill. JT gonna dive in through the vents, and he drops another one. Oh, JT ready on the angle. Barely even saw Zinken. And now Botten, who probably just wanted to split down that vent to join his team, is going to be left alone on that A site. No one here. There is a player close towards main, and Sonic is going to be ready for it. So Bravado shut it down. I'd love to know what the exact game plan was for that bomb. Was the plan to go vents? Was it to go ramp? Because leaving it on its own is always going to be a bit of a weird one. Yeah,
it's always a bit risky unless you play super defensive with it and wait until someone takes side and has someone like go back up the vents or something to clear it. This time it doesn't work out. Bravado really nice, like individually going in, pushing for that ramp information, making sure, okay, we lock this area of the map down. Let's focus on somewhere else. It's probably going to be outside if they don't go ramp. Just general, like, nice thinking, nice theory about Counter-Strike from these South Africans.
Ooh, and nice shots through the smoke as well. Fady, he gets revenge from that previous round where he got wallbanged down to 10 HP. However, he's going to be overwhelmed here. He's got to be very, very careful. 2 players on the other side, plus the height advantage above the silo, but that's not needed. Popsky's hit the shot. And M4 gifted over to a round where Existence have half bought. They've got armor, so that M4 is still going to be a danger here for Bravado, and they have to remain very aware of that factor. Detroni sat outside watching that cross, and he has got an angle towards Garage, so he's not going to be able to get down towards B without him at least getting the information. JT pushing in to catch out Barbar once Detroni's forced off the angle, and there is a trade from Popsky. This round is still doable, but that's going to make things very difficult.
Yeah, Zinken and Botten will now have to both go for individual duels. Actually, it doesn't pick up the weapon, and Zinken now doesn't want to make any noise because he knows how big of an advantage this position here will be. Nicely done. Picks up the AWP, or the AK, excuse me. 2v2.
Oh, that nade's good though, almost. Looked like it could have been. Sonic just avoided it. Actually went round the silo. He's got to watch out for Hut because it is going to be that A split after all with this position being so valuable. He spots Sonic. He may not take the fight, but now his teammate can try and move in. The problem is Elusive's on the back line doing the damage as well, and Sonic does hold his own on the A site. Bravado pick up that 4th round. It got a little bit scary, but still getting rid of the pistols.
Very impressed with how they're playing so far on CT. Basically, when you reach a high enough level of Counter-Strike, yes, individual aim is nice, and winning those tools, as we see here in the end, that's perfect. But what really matters is these small kinds of setups you can have with your teammate on the side. That's what it all comes down to in the end. Like, how are you going to play together as a unit on a site with your teammate, maybe 2 teammates, maybe 3 teammates? All those small deals and setups. That's what it's all about. And Bravado got that all on lockdown. We're going to see the second full buy round now. No AWP coming in from Existence Galaxy. Full utility on everyone on the server. Not just straight out pushing on that edge in the smoke.
Finally a pick for Existence. Exactly what they would have wanted, but Detroni so quick to trade back. Popsky, he barely gets towards the secret before he's plucked out of the yard, and now it's into a 4-on-4. Now, this is still good for Existence Galaxy, don't get me wrong. They're going to speed up the pace, but they need to get the frags behind it. Nork does exactly that. Second kill of the round. Sonic, again, on this A site, being a pillar of defense. He's even got a teammate rotated off of the ramp, and they won't be ready for it. Elusive gets the kill, and now it's just 1 player left up. It's only Botten. The bomb in his hands, but he's crept in behind. He's sneaking back round through this lobby. They are aware of the possibility with a Molotov cutting off Squeaky, but he doesn't look to try and take this challenge. He would rather go back ramp towards B.
Botten here with an impossible task. Almost a perfect CT round, apart from JT being caught a little bit off guard. Every single time Bravado gave space one area and Existence got a frag or map control, they took control of another area. So every single time they give something up, they take something else. Very nice control of the map. Botten looking to find another one. And now 1v1.
He's got time. That bomb plant can come in. The enemy's pushing up close. Elusive's just on the other side. He's watching the wrong angle. He's got his back turned. He needs to flick quickly, but he's not going to be ready for it. Elusive sneaks in, and Bravado win another buy round. This has just been such a strong start for Bravado. Definitely came too close there, considering they had all 3 players on that A bomb site, but a round is a round, and they have 5 to their name.
Yeah, and a couple unfortunate ones if you're an Existence fans, but we have to give it to the Bravado guys in these clutch scenarios, in these 2v2s, in these 2v1s, 1v2s, all these like important, it all comes down to this round. Like they take the win, and we're going to see them continue to do that. That's why this pause is coming in for Existence to find out, okay, how do we actually make sure that we get either a 3v1 or like a 4v2 advantage into the round? That way we can get into a post plant, we can hold our positions. That hasn't been the case just yet. Remember, the bomb has not been planted yet.
That's crazy. I mean, I saw some...
Oh, well, it won't plant, but yeah, like, not in a position where you can go and play directly off post plant positions, that's what I mean. Like, we haven't seen Existence been able to get into the position they want to be, where they're like 2-3 men alive with the bomb down. It's only been in a like specific 1v1 and straight after the bomb has been planted, because the bomb planter is so focused on one angle, he gets taken out from the other one. We need to see Existence Galaxy in post plant.
Well, that bomb plant is valuable as well. So many CTs like to save on this map. But, oh, Fady, they snuck right past him. Well, they ran right past him, absolutely galloping into this bomb site. Fady's running back in from behind. Fady is finding everything. Barbar's alone. And this round has just completely been ripped out the grasp of Existence Galaxy. They've been sent off to space. And they have no oxygen risk. It's only Barbar, 1v5, Bravado, everything to play with. And surely this one has no life in it.
Definitely not. The best he can hope for in this scenario is that they don't hunt. And with the money on the CT side, that's a fair bet, in my opinion. Holding now for exit. If someone wants to push, he's going to take the chance, but I don't feel like any of these CT players are going to push him right now. They're going to hold the angle. Now he should just run away. He gets one. Now he's being pushed from the ramp since they know he's low, and that's a fair choice.
I mean, that's similar to how Bravado played that 3-on-1 where we had the player wrap heaven, right? They had a really nice setup on that A bomb site. They did eventually move a little bit and get caught out, and that's how it got down so close to the Elusive winning the clutch. But you know, it seems like Bravado, when they have these heavy man advantage situations, they're playing good CS. They're playing it very, very safe and careful. So that's why they're at 6-0 right now, Niels. We've not had anything from Existence Galaxy, and considering that this is their map pick, you do want some D-side rounds.
Yeah, obviously. And one thing, like I have to say as well, they're very good at playing like a free-flowing kind of CS. Every single time they lose map control somewhere, or they lose a man in some duel, they take control or they take a frag on another side of the map. Fady, here's the footsteps. Just wants to make sure that there are no one like on the back of this playing the lurk role. Calls this to JT, who rotates down to the stairs. He's gonna have his own smoke up. If they push through it, they're gonna die. You see the time. Oh, gets the first one, second one as well. JT, 2-for-1 trade. Fine enough.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, he's got all the info as well. He spotted all 5 players there, so they can just push around the map and not be fearful of any lurks or flanks. That bomb denied by Fady. He's been such a nuisance in the yard so far, and it continues down towards B. Zinken will fall. Yeah, and 7-0.
It's such a like irritating factor when you're coming in as a T team and you feel like, okay, we cleared this angle. And then the second you feel like, okay, we can take over map control, let's say towards the ramp, or we get the bomb down, someone rushes from behind, and that's because always Bravado are pushing when there's no control in that area. So if they know, okay, they're going to be pushing secret, everyone else on the map pushes, seeks new map control to kind of gain back the advantage that they've now given away. It's such a like nice reactive way of playing CT. I'm really impressed by it so far. Like, also because the information we have on these guys, online games in MDL, and they're not really winning like 90% of their games.
This is a team, yeah, okay, do you remember Existence? This is a very new roster, but for Bravado, this is a team that has not attended the LAN event in 9 months. The last one being WESG, which is not exactly the pinnacle of Counter-Strike. Like a lot of mixed teams there.
The best team they played on Nuke, like this last month, is Singularity, and no dig against Singularity, but that's like not a like top-level team.
No. This is a whole new Bravado we've not seen play to this level this event, but Fady, great position, dangerous considering the silo's open, but he doesn't have to fear. He's raining down death from above. Every angle working in his favor. Elusive holds down his own on ramp, and still yet to drop around are the South Africans. This is incredible. I mean, like, there's no answer from Existence.
No, definitely not. And what I would think could be the answer right now is just like doing a quick push. But the problem is when you're like this low on confidence, you constantly get out-aimed in duels, you get out-stratted as well. They play so proactive, you don't know what to do. Either you just hold back and do an explosion timing at 1 minute, or you just go for a straight push. Like, this outside control is not working. We've seen this time and time again. Fady just going to rotate into Detroit, is going to take an angle. They have to win 1v1 fights directly up. Fady overextends a little bit here, and that might be the entry.
There's a chance. There's a gun given over at least, but the trade's there, and KT's moved into position. That's the bomb dropped in main. Pace doesn't matter when you've got players like this on Bravado locking down this round. 2 more left up, but yeah, again, overextension again. JT losing that fight, trying to move a little bit further forward, and it does give room for Plopsky to move up into heaven. That bomb being retrieved by Barbar. And now Plopsky behind enemy lines. He can make this round work. He's opened up the A bomb site. They can push in through that smoke and try and take control and get this plant in. But Plopsky still needs to clear. He drops off to heaven. He doesn't hit that angle, and he's down to 1 HP. Very, very close. Elusive. He could go through this smoke and stop this bomb right here, right now, but he thinks it's a fake. And he won't commit to it. Both players here for Bravado coming in from the lobby in existence. They might work it out. It seems like they're somewhat aware. Plopsky's playing the back of the site, but one bullet is all that's needed to take him down.
He's basically the first guard, and the second one is behind the CT vent, bot now 1v2.
They don't know. They did flash it earlier, but nobody capped on him. There's the first. Oh, he could get two, and Bottom will win it for existence. He has a history of clutching on Nuke if we saw the game yesterday. But that's only one for Existence Galaxy. You do have to remember.
And this is where if I was like in the coaching seat of Bravado, I would take a timeout, because there are two players basically taking two aggressive duels. They're playing out of their system. That's the reason why Existence got the chance to get the bomb down and play post-plan 2v2 in the end. And that was what I was talking about earlier. That's what they want to do. That's when they get chances to win rounds. When they get post-plan 2v2, 3v2, all that stuff. And it's only on the back of the overextension from two players. JT, once again, always sure. Like, so nice.
Ever since Bravado have had money, they have been Molotoving, smoking, spraying that door round after round. Because one thing we've seen on Nuke, which has been the most played map here so far at DreamHack Winter, has just been those vent abuse from every team. I mean, think about Cajun B and Optic, and how often he would vent dive on that T side. Every team has been doing it so far this event, and Bravado are not letting Existence, get control down towards B, get a man in that site. Elusive. He's going to be tasked with holding ramp. We've not seen a full execute here yet from Existence Galaxy, so Elusive's definitely not got an easy round ahead of him. That being said, two players tagged up. He's going to fall off the angle nice and early. Flashbang to try and assist him, but Detroni's already drawn their attention away, and he's taken 2 kills from it. This allows Elusive to peek up, and he can maybe get another one, maybe even 2 more. And Nork, he finds one in the midst of the madness, but it will not allude to a round. It's Bravado finding the reset here on the CT side.
That is some old school setup to watch ramp. So basically what you have is you have one guy at ramp. He's actually, like, I don't even think he sees anyone. He might have heard a footstep or something, but what he gets is information from the teammate that I'm rotating down to play backup op. What you do is just get all the attention towards you, and that's why he throws that flashbang. That flashbang is technically not very good if they push him straight up, if they have the timing. But what it does is that it draws all the attention towards the ramp. The op will have a free shot on the first one, can swing back, take the second one, and just hold it. That way they're in a 2-man advantage, and you still have kind of map control. Yes, you give up ramp, but they only have the ramp. Such nice play from Bravado, and standard plays, yes, but like sometimes CS is simple. If you can hit your shots and the setup works, it doesn't have to be super technical.
Hey, 9-1. If there was any time when that was true, Niels, it would be now. Existence have had no response, and being reset in that previous means the force buy is here. They've got that AWP, but we've not seen anyone step up and carry their team to success here, apart from that clutch on the A site from Bottom. And right now, Barbar's dead. Guns at least being shuffled around somewhat for here for Existence Galaxy, but they need this AWP to try and find something here in the yard. They need it to try and find a pick, and a tag to Detroni. That's not going to be enough. A missed opportunity. Detroni will take up a different position now, not wanting to give away that frag for free.
4v4 Plopsky on 13. This is the 4th round. Elusive once again pushing into the 60-40 position on ramp, making sure that he locks it down. We'll get probably 2 frags here.
Oh, they line up. There's the trade, but as you said, 2 frags, and that's with already a man advantage.
That's all he needs, because Detroni's here as the backup. Missing that shot is very unfortunate, and in 9 out of 10 other scenarios, he would have gotten a frag there.
Still doable here for Bravado, but Existence Galaxy, they are grasping onto any opportunity of winning a round here. In a 2-on-2, it's their best chance they've had in ages, but JT opens the door, and he's going to take down Zenken, stopping the bomb, and Sonic moving in while the attention is taken away. Another strong 2v2 for Bravado, not allowing that bomb plant to go down, not allowing Existence to even build up money, nor confidence. Barbar, head in his hands right now.
So solid on these like clutch situations, in these like 2v2s, 3v3s, 1v1s, all that stuff. Like basically, one has gone the way of Existence Galaxy, and then the remaining 4 I think we've seen so far has gone in the way of Bravado. Usually that's like a 50-50 gamble, just like pistol rounds, but they're winning them. Full eco now.
Yeah, those odds have shifted. I mean, even the death set coming into this game, those GG bit odds that really favored Existence were maybe somewhat one-sided for a game that no one really knew what was going to happen.
And that's the thing, we only have, and let's be real, like, I think the guys on the desk, like Pimp and Blair, said the correct thing. We don't have enough information to call that Bravado could be favorites. Yeah. But what we have seen so far has only been good stuff. And they keep showing the good stuff here.
Oh, that's so annoying. That Molotov's going to completely force a player off the top of the hut. Popsky falls back, though, will survive. And Fady's just taken a lot of attention away. We've already seen this happen before on ramp with a bit of a bait setup, allowing that AWP to go crazy. And Detroni's going to try and do the same back from heaven.
And that's the thing, right, with the setup from x6tence Galaxy. Let's just wait a second to see if they have a timing. Yeah, it's a run boost timing. Oh, okay. Let's try again.
Ooh.
And go. No, doesn't work out. Very unfortunate. Detroni's just going to be shooting sitting ducks, basically.
Yeah, fish in a barrel, fish in a kettle, in fact. And this is not going to be an easy round when you have no smokes, but you do have ramp. That's something. There's no way Bravado aren't aware of the fact they've given this position away. Oh, yeah. With Elusive pushed up into lobby, realizing this part is clear, he's now going to fall back and hear these footsteps. He definitely knows 15 seconds. This will be a bomb plant without a doubt for x6tence Galaxy, but it's going to be a 5-on-4 retake up against Glocks. I'm not too fearful. Oh no, the bomb dropped. That's a massive error. Planting out in the open when they thought they had the B site for free. It's Elusive and Fady moving back in for the round. I thought surely they'd get the money there. Yeah.
So the thing with the setup that Bravado's running right now is that they're basically playing whack-a-mole. The second that you saw something or you hear a footstep or you're like, okay, like the guy outside, for example, he's playing outside the main. He's showing himself with a Molotov. He's making a lot of shots. The second that he knows they know where he is, he rotates back. And that's where Detroni picks up and just like shifts out left of high, of upper. And then he's the one, like one guy ducks down, the other guy steps up. And that's the setup they're playing all the time. And unless x6tence Galaxy do like a timing push with 4 people the same place, they're not going to be able to counter that if they're not winning 1v1 duels, which they aren't at the moment. So this is like, Bravado's playing the perfect setup for the individual fight they have going on right now. x6tence Galaxy, at some point, it's already too late, must realize that the answer is just an explosion, probably inside. I think it's coming now, but to be honest, it's too late. At max, they get 4 rounds T-side now. At max.
And even then, that's unrealistic to expect. That being said, there's a lineup on the A side for Boston. Sonic, he's caught out in the open. No way he gets more than 1 with so many keys pushing in on through. Detroni catches a player, not expecting him to come from the yard, but Detroni will not check the corner, and Barbar wants to slice the knife. He misses the knife. It's Detroni pulling it back into a man advantage, and never could there have been more of an error made from Barbar. Boston now has to clutch it to keep this game alive, and he will do so. Making up from the mistake of his in-game leader. Barbar must be very thankful.
Oh, Button with the absolute clutch play. I got so excited I knocked over a Christmas tree over the desk.
It's everywhere. There's baubles all over the table here, Niels.
What a play, though. Like, first of all, Barbar is going to be, I don't know, furious about this. That is unfortunate. But Botton, once again, like, he's the clutch king in this one. He's the only reason that Galaxy has, or x6tence has, 2 rounds on the board right now. If it wasn't for Botton and his individual performances, this would have been 13-0. Think about how crazy that is.
Oh, imagine, it's just, if Botton loses that round, Barbar, it's all on him completely. That's a very doable 2-2.
Then Barbar's straight up thinking about Inferno.
Yeah, like, he gets a free kill there. Oh, let's just... Ooh, take a deep breath, and Detroni, he's holding down the line on B. He's already taken down Zinkin with the first frag. Will get overwhelmed after a second. In x6tence, they've got some map control, but they've not got the manpower behind it. Fady's dropped another man, and still holding onto this vent, still drawing away the attention, still wasting time of x6tence Galaxy, and it's time they can't afford to waste. The Clutch King Borton's dead, but Nork is still up, and he's got that AWP.
Nork. 1v3 and he will be shut down, and the dream of having 4 rounds T-side is done and dusted. At max now they can hope for 3, which already is a terrible outlook on things.
Just what a game as well. I mean, both these teams have been playing Nuke, so in terms of preparation, there's no doubt about it that both of them have been looking into the
both of them
opposing setups.
Are pretty good on Nuke. Like, these are teams that both have pretty stellar records, like 9-6 for Bravado. And for the x6tence guys, they're 7-4 on the map with a 4-map winning streak coming into this. But Bravado is just in another league right now. Oh, that's nice from Knock. Some of the stuff we saw yesterday.
And considering this is an A split as well, having that rifle outside is going to allow him to split him through main. It's all down to Sonic to try and hold the line. JT is aware of this flank to come through, and he's just allowed them to take the A side because he's taking 3 kills left and right. Elusive coming from above, and just like that, it's 13-2. A complete domination here from Bravado. What a performance from these South Africans, if there's ever a time to prove themselves, they really have. And ladies and gentlemen, we've been informed that we're going to be restarting the stream, so stick around. We're going to go quickly offline for about 2 minutes, and then we'll be back with that second half just to fix that audio delay for you guys at home. So join us in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Is here. We've all been waiting through.
We head into this second half. An attempt for Existence to get back into the matchup, but Risk, it's all on this pistol. That has never been more true with a 13-2 scoreline.
They have to get this one to go. Kit and Smoke on Barber, so they do have a chance of retaking and winning the round off that. Same double setup outside for still the T side of Bravado doing their CT half. Plopsky down towards Rand, pressured all the way back. He's getting so much pressure on him. And he has to rotate down. He will be losing the duel. And now they're pushing straight down. They have vent control in bot and getting that frag on JT. 3v4 still possible.
Yeah, Zinken's holding that back vent though.
Just going all around the world.
Yeah, this is a complete roller coaster. Left, right, center, doesn't matter. They are not stopping. Fady's holding that top vent. So while Zinken felt like maybe he had the advantage, little does he know, Bravado on that A bomb site. We do have that secret rotation coming through, but Fady's going to hear the footsteps, and even if he goes down, it's still the information.
He has the corner.
I think Zinken knows. Zinken very well knows he will get that kill. Trony tries to move into Trey, but now they're going to try and chase after him as Sonic has a crossfire, and Elusive can even peek out as well. It's down to the Heaven player more often. As Barbar comes from above, he's going to have free roam over this bomb site, but scared of the bomb can't. Button gets one. The trade is there. Detroni getting spammed from above. Barbar does find that crucial kill, but his teammate's gone down in the process. The bomb out in the open. He has got the kit, but he's got to stick this defuse, and Elusive damn well knows it. He surely should be able to win this round, and Bravado's done it. 14-2.
Yeah, and you can just read it in the face of Barbar right now. unless a miracle happens, Nuke is over.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, if you are Existence Galaxy, you should honestly just be brushing it off, forgetting about it, and moving on to that second map. Once this is done, of course, because a 14-2 scoreline with you forcing the issue, I mean, it would be, well, a miracle.
Hey, a Christmas miracle, Hugo. Knock, not getting anything too Christmassy out of the duel outside. He will be forced to retreat. Holding the angle towards windows, but there's a Mach 10 coming in. Oh, actually gets attack on JT, so JT is forced to hold back and be a little more defensive for now. But still, so much map control has been given to the C side.
I mean, we've got the CT smoking heaven from A side. That's how fearful they are. They're willing to give Bravado all this map control. Existence Galaxy flanking out outside, nice. But Sonic's going to hear the footsteps. He tries to make this a little more distance for his AK-47, but Popsky still climbs above and beyond, gets that trade. 2 players tagged up here for Bravado, but Detroni's still on the hut roof, and he's going to be able to find that flanking player. Zinky going crazy through the smoke, and Elusive, he's too good with those smokes. We'll find that frag, leaving just 2 up for Existence Galaxy, and desperate times called with desperate measures, but I can't think of anything they could do here.
The one good thing about this is that JT and Fady are both low on HP, but surely no way that Nock and Plopsky with 2 weapons are going to go for this. They're probably just going to save, bring it into the next round, and then try to fight 13 rounds in a row to find OT.
What a
Very
game.
Unlikely.
What a game Elusive is having here. Yep. He's 22-4. I mean, this is not typically the man you expect to see at the top of the board. He has been a strong performer this event to know, alongside Fady, alongside Sonic. I mean, really everyone's had their moments here for Bravado, but we've not seen Elusive have such a dominant performance yet. And
we saw that one play that he did on the Dust 2 A-bomb side, and that's like the highlight of his tournament so far. But like this Nuke map has been way better for him. He's been consistently fragging, consistently winning 1v1 duels with a like 85% win rate. Like, it's absolutely insane what he's been doing so far on this map.
Yeah, well deserved so far. And I mean, it's looking like Nuke might be over, just to call it. 15-2. Existence Galaxy putting everything they can into this buy. They've got to pull a 13-run comeback, Niels.
And Elusive's just pushing around. He doesn't care about the smoke. The CT smoking it off and rotating down. They think that the smoke is just going to hold these terrorists at bay, but it's not. They're just running through it. They don't care.
Yeah, but they are making a lot of noise, so Existence Galaxy are going to have the information. That window getting broken is a big signal to the positions of these teams, but it's a double peak. What a fantastic way to open up the round. Sonic getting 1. There is a couple of trades here from Existence Galaxy, but they forfeited the bomb site and therefore a bomb plant. Fady catching that rotate. Smoke to cut off the decontamination door, and that's exactly where one player is moving back in. Fady swaps sides on the ramp. Bottom, he's made it very clear he's in this position, so Fady's got a good angle to catch him off guard, but he misses his opening duel, does move back in for a second, and that, just like that, it's 2 players left back up, diving through a smoke, and frankly, I think this one might be done. Zinken, he's not too long left for his world, and Elusive going to be able to close it out. What a man to do it, and that will be it. Bravado taking the first map of this best-of-3 series. This semi-final is looking dominant.
Very dominant from the South Africans. Existence Galaxy not even showing up on this first map, but we have to give it to Bravado. This was not, yes, Existence Galaxy were like 10% below the normal level, but Bravado played such a good CT side.
Yeah.
This is the best CT side that I've seen from a team that's not like from one of the dominant regions in the world, like let's say a Sweden or a France or a Denmark. Like, they play such a good CT side. And I have to like tip my hat if I had one, because I'm just impressed. Like, coming from a team, the results that I've seen from them, not very impressive. They're playing NDL and NA, they're moving to NA, yes, but still, like, this kind of CT side, next level.
Well, I can't wait to see if we're going to be able to see Team Existence bounce back and brush off the dust as we move into map number 2 here. Or will the South Africans be making a grand final in Sweden? We'll find out in just a moment. Join us after the break for Inferno. bravo to Bravado. They've taken a 16-2 to open up this semi-final. Will Team Existence Galaxy bounce back on Inferno? The map pick of the South Africans is going to be the question at hand here as we move forward into the second game. Niels, I don't know what we just watched. Do we put that down to just a random occurrence, or is this going to be a dominant series?
I think there's a chance that Bravado is just going to straight on tank through this. One thing is that Nuke, yes, like sometimes it can be one-sided if you get like a really good CT start. In the first, 8 rounds, 3 of them came down to clutches. All of them won Bravado. If that went the other way and the momentum wouldn't have swung so like heavily towards the South Africans, yes, maybe we would have another result and a closer result in this first map. But sometimes also it can be like, even though it's of course terrible losing that badly on the first one, it can be like a blessing in disguise, because then you just forget about it. Like, it doesn't matter. Freak of nature, 62, that never happens. Now we move on to Inferno, standard CS, and then we play Overpass in the end. But to be honest, like Bravado, they played a really, really solid CT side. And once again, I have to give them so many props for that. If they can continue doing this on Inferno, which is the most standard CS map of all time, pretty much, they have a real chance here. They have a real chance of getting to the final, and whoever they face in that final is gonna, like, they have to do the homework.
They're gonna be very, very scared now, because if Bravado win this game, they will have taken down the likes of Optic, the likes of G2, and then Existence Galaxy, who have had a surprisingly upset tournament and managed to get their way to the semi-finals as well. I mean, both these teams very much deserve to be here, as surprising as that may seem. And hell, yeah, there's a very good chance Bravado will be in that grand final. Existence Galaxy, they've got to do everything in their power to stop them. We've seen some great CS from these Swedes in the last couple of days, and that needs to come to life here and now. Map number 2 could be the last road here for Existence Galaxy, unless they have something to show for us. Inferno.
It's time for Barbar and the boys to bring Christmas home to Sweden. Get some gifts on the table, because they need everything they can get. Full banana push.
Yeah, Popsky's close up. We got that bait set up as well. 3 players on B, and there's already a couple of kills for Nork. He's done great work, but the flashbang has not worked to his advantage. Luckily enough, Barbar is still here, and he's going to be able to keep that advantage for Existence Galaxy. A man up as Bravado back off of this B bomb site. That rotate off of A is going to be reconsidered now, as Lincoln still sits here up on long. Borton has to probably join him as well once they spot this mid push. They're not going to go for a late lurk through the apartments. Bravado just want to keep the pace high, keep it with the bomb down on the site. And oh, Zinken definitely doesn't need to take that fight. A big error being made is now given Bravado an opportunity to plant that bomb and get into their post plant.
He doesn't need to take the fight, but the Glock winning that long range is a bit of a surprise to me. But nonetheless, great shots come out of Bravado. Sonic in the headshot position towards pit. One on the back of bomb site. Just on the off angle on the snacks box. Sonic gonna go for the peek.
Ooh. Oh, nothing's hitting, nothing's connecting until Sonic lands a dink, and there it is. 2 kills coming through, and Bravado will convert that pistol round after all. I mean, what a weird round.
Also, once again, like Bravado showing that on the T side, they don't mind going somewhere, having a plan. Okay, let's just go for the field, quick on B rush, and then that doesn't work out. They don't care about rotating all over the map. They did the same thing on the T side in the few rounds we saw on Nuke. Okay, they take outside. They push ramp. Okay, it doesn't matter. We can't go outside. We're going to go back through lobby again. Like, they are rotating all over the map, making so many mid-round calls. And now, banana stack, B stack for the CT side. Money to be made here.
Bravado have to be very careful to just run into this one, or maybe they don't, because Fabian and Crony are just completely tearing Existence Galaxy apart. They won't hide, they won't fear Barbar. It's going to be Bravado finding 2, and that's only a full USP round, so exactly what you should expect.
But then again, like finding 2, that's very nice, but still the 3 AKs survive, and that's the most important part for Bravado. They were going to throw away the UMPs and the MAC-10s, probably, unless they want to run a bonus buy in this one anyways, but after the round, then it's gone like completely. This is the force buy for Existence in the sense that, yes, they get all the weaponry they want, but the utility's not perfect. They don't have a kit. Nog is without armor. So many things talking against it, but the shots aren't. Nog with the first one.
This could start to get interesting. Plopsky does fall back from that Molotov. Does not want to be cut off by the sandbags. That was the intention of that molly by Jatroni. This orb still here down on B as well. And Nork, I think he's going to be a crucial factor. If Existence Galaxy are going to get this game closer than the previous one, he has got to step up, and at least he started off with that first pick. As you said though, Risk, no armor. That makes these AKs even more damaging. Those smokes to try and cut him off. He moves ahead of it. He will be up towards the pillar, trying to hold to the edge as Bravado fully group up for this execute. Barbar's going to have a quick rotation from that CT spawn, and they line up. Naught gets himself a second, looking for a headshot, but he can't find the angle. Elusive climbs back on top of the coffins, and that bomb plant can come in.
Very risky going 2 guys on almost the right side of the bomb side as Elusive pushes into Ruins. Basically, you're stacking on and betting on yourself just winning the 2 opening duels. And if you don't win the 2 opening duels, playing those 2 positions to CT, the side is done and the round is over. And this time around, they won't. Bomb goes down 2v2. Unless there's an opening now from Sinkin, this is not going to happen. Both of them will have to do an insane 1v2.
Yeah, but he's already found the first. This man has been a clutch king. Sonic peeking, but he knows he's not on the bomb, and Sonic can just hold strong. Second kill from him and 3rd round for Bravado. They have yet to drop 1, and that's always a bit worrying if we remember that 16-2 from just moments ago. But a nice strong start from Nork, and maybe, yeah, he wasn't able to win the round, but he got a couple of kills off that glass cannon AWP. Once we see that come through in 2 more rounds' time, and maybe he can try and be that hard carry for the team, try and drag them through this. Again, you've got to remember, you know, these guys are very inexperienced, or some of these players for Existence Galaxy. This is Nork's first LAN event.
That is true. But then again, like, yes, these Bravado players, they've played LANs at home in South Africa, and of course, like living in NA now, looking to play some more LANs over there. But this is their first international LAN in Europe, all of them, as far as I'm not mistaken. One of them went to the major back in 14.
Yeah, Detroni.
Exactly. And that's the only guy who has international LAN experience. And that's the same thing with Existence, right? They have Barbar, who has so much experience, and the rest of the team built around him has limited one. Bolton, a bit as well with the Fnatic Academy, but not really.
I mean, even like the last LAN that this core attended at Bravado was WSG Finals, where they went 13th to 16th. They got wrecked. Yep. So what a change this has been. What a turnaround for Bravado, going from getting absolutely ruined at an event that's full of mixed teams to taking down some of the best in the world here in winter. At least in terms of best players in the world.
Yeah.
You know, right? We have Optic, we have G2. These have both been teams that have fallen to Bravado, and some of the names on those lineups are synonymous with top-tier Counter-Strike.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing, right? That's the difference between going to a WST where it's all one nationality against the DreamHack Open that is all the teams with their correct lineups in a setting that like really has been running for like how many years has DreamHack been running, like top-tier events. This is where you want to prove yourself, and they're definitely doing that right now. No one can say anything. I think going into this event, Bravado and both Existence Galaxy, very, very dark horses to come in and do anything at the event, but like they're doing fine. Existence was doing work yesterday. Bravado worked on the first day, and here on the finals day, they're showing that they belong on this level.
Yeah, already 4-0 up. Not a bad start by any means. This T side always going to be the harder one to play, but Bravado are not making it look that way. Nork, he's going to have the AWP, and Zinkin's going to be flashed through that banana. He runs right through the Molotov into Detroni, going down to that early fight. Barbar tries to trade, but he only gets 90 damage off. That will not be enough to find the frag. Luckily enough, Nork does relieve some tension by killing an A player, but Plopsky moves back in with no flashbang and into the hands of Fady. This pace is so fast from Bravado. They have absolutely no fear, and after 16-2ing the first map of this series, I do not blame them.
Just full-on rush. No respect, no fear. Sonic now trying to challenge on the opposite bomb side while his teammates are running away from the bomb to see if they can hunt some rifles down. Don't want to let Knock and Bolton survive with their weaponry. And they're getting dangerously close.
Yeah, everyone's left that bomb site just to try and find these kills, and they will be happening. Bravado take everyone down. There's no safe guns. That AWP does not get kept forward for any more rounds, and it's going to have to be another eco.
One thing that I'm curious about is that the smoke wall on the bottom of Banana was there, but there were 2 players on the other side of it from the T side. The second that Sinkin, I think, runs through that Molotov, maybe they actually heard like basically the sound they make when you run through a Molotov, because the flash timing came straight after. Then they ran through the smoke because maybe they heard the footstep, and then when they have that one-man advantage on Banana, you can just steamroll through. If that was the case, then all of this, all of the pace, all of the map control comes down to one single mid-round information call that is, they're pushing the Molotov, give me a flash timing, let's go. Yeah. And that would be absolutely insane, comparing how much stuff comes after that, but that one round call.
Yeah, and you could see that Existence weren't ready for the fast pace after they got that first pick, right? Plopsky was trying to reposition, maybe go towards CT, maybe check Banana, maybe be set up by Barbar's flashbang, but instead he just gets caught in the open by Oranges. Not ready at all is Existence.
Because usually when you win that first duel on Banana and the CTs retreat towards the side, you set up and do an execute. But Bravado, they don't care about that. They know they have an advantage. They know they have a timing as well. Timing window of maybe 5 to 7 seconds, and they hit that straight up. Now this is a stack on the B bomb side.
But look at the bomb.
Yeah, it's not biting.
Yeah,
Fade's just going to go in and hold the angles. The rest of the team are just slowly walking in towards A.
On the second Fady sees 2 players, he can instantly call that, or even more than 2 players can instantly call that. Okay, just commit A. It's heavy B. It's at least 3 players, 4 players, whatever. Ooh. One man's been heard up towards long. That's Barbar.
Oh, and that might actually draw the whole thing away, because Fady's only seeing 1 player on Coffins. He's only seen 1 so far, and they've heard 1 on Arch.
Oh, look at this push. Oh, it's a flashbang. Existence are trying to retake Banana. Only 1 man's been fully blinded, and Sonic going to recover in time. That was a slow push up from Existence. That being said, there is still a stack, and Bravado being baited into this one, walking into the bomb site with 4 players still alive. A gun's been taken for Barbar, but Zink has already been removed. Nork above the smoke, dropping 1. The trade is there. Bottom moving through, and he could find 2. It's only a single frag. And now the armorless Barbar has to go huge. He's got no bomb to spot as that smoke covers off his position. It's going to be the plant giving away that bomb, and he's very aware. He's got to be careful with this angle. Lucy's already posted, and that's it. Bravado have done it. It got very, very scary with them going for the B-Wrap into a full bomb site, but hey, it still works out.
But also we see that they have like a very nice B-explosion setup. They have all the smokes, all the Molotovs for a full-on push. Yes, they show it against pistols, and the pistols are like get a couple of kills, but still like they just show they have everything in their playbook, also on the T side. We saw the CT side on Nuke, very dominant. Now we see the T side on Inferno, also very dominant. Not just timing based, not just individual frag based, but also they have executes in their back pocket.
Oh, what is this? We've got a boost up and a 3rd man on B. Existence have just been rushed round after round, and they want to try and turn it around, but they cannot. Luckily enough, Barbar hits that shot. Now, for the first time in I think a long time, Existence have an advantage.
Yeah, and Existence have a tendency to play 3 players towards the B bomb side straight up. I think we've seen that 4 out of the 6 or 3 out of the 6 rounds so far. At this point, Bravado will have to realize this and start go more for the A splits until they start playing 3A, 2B, and then go back. I think that has to be the play for them. Right now, of course, meeting opposition on that B bomb side on Banana, rotate over, see if you can find any openings. They find the arch opening, knock, timing. Oh!
What a shot. That's a bomb as well. I'm pretty sure he spotted it. It went quite far around the corner, and Norks found himself a second. Make that 3. We talked about this AWP player. He needs to come in big here for Existence Galaxy if they are to find success in Sweden, and he will in that round. 10 kills to his name, making this one work. Zinkin's yet to even grace the scoreboard.
You know what would be really, really, really sick right now if they did Existence? If they just do the apartments explosion push. This would be absolutely insane, because still they're playing 3B. They know that Fortin is on that bomb side, and the same is Knock with the op. They just take control Banana. That's just straight up.
Yeah.
Like winning 2 duels.
I mean, they've already tried that before with 1 man, and it didn't have any success. They did deep smoke bottom Banana, but JT just shot through it.
That just makes no sense.
Dear, oh dear.
Because now, like you saw, they were moving up towards just a standard default and then doing something later in the round. But you get 2 free openings on Banana, you're going to go for it. Barbo to answer back, though.
I mean, this is a reset round. If Bravado win it, the money gets broken for Existence. You can't afford to throw in risks like that every single time. And now, it's just left down to this AWP on A, the solo AWP. Nork, he's found himself the first. Bravado still hunting at his heels, still nipping at the back lines as they chase up short. But Nork's gone back in for more. He's found himself a second. Can Nork do this all on his own? Yes, he can. 4 kills from the Swedish AWP. And Existence holds strong for now.
Back-to-back rounds by Nork, very important, but also Bravado not really using their flashbangs if they had any left correctly. I'm pretty sure they had 1 or 2. When you have that first kill going on in the AWP, either you have to just full-on commit and then flash him and rush him, but yeah, no one got close to him and no flashbangs came in either, so they just tried to take individual 1v1s, AKs worth of sobs. And yes, sometimes that does go your way, but if the AWPer is really good, as Nork is right now super hot, that's not going to work out for you.
Oh, it's a droney.
Straight back.
Well, they spotted that boost just a couple of rounds prior, so Detroni, he's very aware they tried to go for it, and they will eventually do it again. As a result, he's primed on the angle, he's ready and waiting. Barbar's going to get a free haircut, and Plopsky, he's got to make up for this. The smoke forces him back. The Molotov, he can try and respond, but that will only have half the length as the smoke, and they don't even care. Fade's gone right through it. This man is so aggressive. His team waiting for Fade to make a play, but Plopsky's got ahead to find JT, trying to hide himself in the site as he calls for rotations, calls for support. There's a mid-flank for Botten, and well, he's found elusive. This bomb site is still somewhat under the control of Bravado. Fade just doesn't realize that Plopsky's in this smoke.
Now he has to realize. He has to realize there's a smoke down, and you have to find someone on the side. He's probably in the smoke.
Yeah, he's just waiting. He doesn't want to give away his position because he crept on in deep. Plopsky gets his face cut clean off. And Fade trying to cut off this rotation. He's doing a great job of it. Another man round the corner. It's Sonic with the SMG. Nork has an AWP. Not the weapon you want for this position, considering how close they are. And Fade shows us why. Botten, the clutch king, cannot step up this time. It's Fade with 4 and Bravado on 7. The reset comes in just 2 rounds later.
But also, this was the potential full reset round for Bravado. They had no money left if they lost this round. And yet again, they keep forcing their way into this bomb site. At some point, I don't know, man. At some point, you would just think that Bravado would just go for a normal A execute, a normal timing, but they keep just battling on Banana. If they get the entry and if they get the map control, they just go for the site.
Hell, it works.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because at what point do you stop a winning formula, which isn't that one-sided? It comes down to the clutches in the end now, because Existence, they know what's going on. At what point do you just straight go on the other side and just say, okay, we're going to do a pod makes explosion or an A execute?
Well, the big thing about this is not only does it work, but it's subtly conditioning Existence to expect this B play. As you said, we've been seeing these early triple B setups round after round. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that at some point Bravado will speed up and hit that A bomb site early on, because Existence have this tendency to triple stack B.
Oh, they're just going to go through on a fast timing. That's not going to work. Well, Plopsky actually gets the frag through the smoke, so 1-for-1 trade, which is fine comparing to the fact that Existence, they're on a almost full eco. Deagles and P250s.
They even shuffle another player over to B. Somewhat expected of the push.
Yeah, now the T's are just going to walk up A. Because they know at max they're going to be 2 to 3 players on this bomb site, even if they stack it. And they have pistols, so no worries.
Even JT's left that B bomb site. I wonder if he threw that gun out the map at top B. I don't know. Existence, they had no players in Banana at the time. Bravado 30 seconds left up, but only 1 man to stop them. However, look at the man it is. It's Nork. No AWP this time, though. Still the range on the Deagle, but there's too many players there. Surely this one's done for. He finds 1 headshot. That will open up the possibility of winning this round for Existence, but it's going to require some sheer heroics. And frankly, with 1 AK actually in the end picked up from Banana, it might even just save.
Oh yeah, Plops is definitely going to save. The remaining 2 players will try to go for exits, trying to go for just doing some damage to the economy, which still isn't super good compared to the fact that Bravado won so many rounds in a row. But they lost the last 2, apart from the one that they won, so their economy is a bit damaged. So getting 1 kill here would be working miracles for Existence.
Sonic does have to get out of this bomb site, though, so the only option to him right now is going to be long and archway. He doesn't know that. He is guessing well, though. Run up towards the library and exit should be fine.
Oh, they're going to go straight
and do damage, and that's very clever, because what they've done is they've softened up the targets to go down with the bomb. Unfortunately, that was not a default plant. That was inside of the bomb site, so the range will not reach those 2 pit players. I like the idea, though. Yeah. You don't have a nade, just go in. You only have a pistol. Try and trade damage.
And also, it doesn't matter if they die with P250s and USPs. Yeah. That's a non-factor in this round. But 8-2 still reach the score. It's going to be a buy round for Existence Galaxy. They have plenty of money. Well, they have 1 kit, but if that kit dies on B and the plant is on A and they don't get them picked up, then that could be a problem. Usually you want to have 2 kits, at least 1 on each bomb site. That's the minimum. Decent utility on both teams. This could be the apartments explosion round, or just the A explosion.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to go through short.
This time, Existence actually have 3 players on this site. First time in forever, it seems. However, it's not going to make much difference with only a single kill coming through. It's the explosion from behind in the apartments that picks up that final kill, dropping Zinken and opening up A. That bomb plant will come in, and so will the save.
Great save.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Nope. And that's the thing, right? That's what we've been waiting for.
Yeah. the A burst round.
We see that they can do that as well. Like, and what can't they do?
And even though Existence don't triple stack B, but you can see from the setup, right, because, again, like they hadn't gone A all half, you could see these guys were not ready for that kind of fast play. No one was watching the apartments early on. They had 3 down on short. They were clearly setting up something there, but, you know, with no one watching apps, there's no way you're ready for an instant contact play out of the balcony.
It's also the mindset of, if you, let's say you play pit, you're the pit player, and you're constantly being the anchor on this bomb side. Every single time they take B, you're either on the retake or just straight saving. If you then get a contact play straight in your favor, like an explosion straight up, you're not going to be ready for it mentally either. Not just like aim-wise and strategically, but just mentally, someone getting in your face, taking a duel. You haven't seen that in what, like 8 rounds. And they could have done it 1-2 rounds before. They do it now. It works out. Bravado. Do they go for another quick play towards A now, or it's just straight back to B?
I think the big scary factor of this is to the last map, right? They had a dominant 13-2 half on Nuke, and we go, okay, it's CT side Nuke. Yes, okay, it's not CT side as it usually is, but or it used to be, but you know, you can write that off in some extent. Bravado are now 9-2 up on the T side of Inferno. This is just great Counter-Strike. This is nothing other than that.
No. And once again, you can make the argument, if you will, that Existence are playing 10% maybe worse than they were yesterday. But that's only like, 10% of the picture. The other 90 are Bravado just playing insanely good CS. Not only aim-wise winning their duels, but also strategically having some sound tactics.
Oh, it's a spam for a smoke this round. It actually will work out for them, but there's an AWP on A that's looking to do damage. Nork on the flank, and I think this is what we need. We need Nork to just go into these playmaker positions. A little unorthodox in this round, but he could try and catch his lurk of Elusive, who's being exactly as his name suggests, sneaking back in through the T apartments as the T's creep towards B. He's alone, his teammates been smoked off. Oh, going through the smoke, he's spotted, and he's dropped the bomb as well. Nork's going to be able to catch out that flank in the underpass. And great work. Finally, Existence find themselves another round. It's off the back of pistols as well.
A very nice contact play. So basically what they do is that they have one guy CT behind the smoke, and they have one guy at first oranges. The guy CT plays on the contact of the first guy. The second that the first guy sees someone push in towards Bull, the second guy rushes through the smoke because the first guy's taking all the attention. Basically a 2v2 contact play, working out because the aim is there for almost both of the players there on the CT side. Nice timing play.
Yeah. Bolton getting away with it. You can see Barbar clearly with some words for his team, with some game plans. This is not over just yet. It may be dominant, but it's not quite Nuke Niels.
It isn't. But also, this is where like men are made. This is where you get your real LAN debut as a new player. Pressured all the way down. Second map, you lost the first one. You're getting pummeled on CT on Inferno. This is where you kind of show that you can actually fight in the arena that is a LAN event. Because that's when the pressure comes. There's an old player back in Denmark who said that, I don't care about online results, they don't matter, only thing that matters is LAN, because that's when you're really tested.
Oh, Nork. He's been more than tested in the apartment. Sonic, ready on the angle, is going to drop down the AWP. Now, there's still Barbar with one of those towards the B bomb site, but this is a long while away. We've got Fady holding for the B push-up that Existence have gone for time and time again, mainly on these ecos. But it is going to be that A play where Botan holds strong for now, getting himself one. Elusive dead means it's back into a 4-on-4, and Bravado won't attempt that trade considering how strong Botan has been.
They have top banana control. The T side, Barbar with the AWP, might catch one off guard here. Oh, okay. Botan will be the one to grab the frag, and now they're going to rotate and play 3v2. Barbar is already rotating, and that's why I'm saying 2, because he will make CT before the push comes.
But they have a smoke for it, 2 of them in fact, and they can go right in without it. JT and Fady getting lined up by Plopsky, and the smoke is too late. They tried to play contact to play, they tried to play a surprise burst on B, but this time it will be Existence coming up top trumps.
Very nicely done by Botan, but I have to say Barbar is actually the one that's making this round. Not only is he the one putting pressure on, like clearing the archway, but his rotation is the one that actually allows Plopsky to go with confidence and take that frag. Because he's calling, I'm going to be CT now. You can make a play and I'll just clean up. If you die, you get 1 for 1, or you get 2 for 1. It's no problem, I'm here. And he's constantly moving around, telling these players what to do. And yes, he might not be on the top of the scoreboard, but Barbar is one of the true heroes of this Existence team.
Hey, and sometimes he is top of the scoreboard. This guy had a great performance. I think it was on Inferno yesterday as well. So
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, it was up against Complexity on the 16-11 win. Barbaro dropped 25 kills, top of the server, so he's got the ability to do it all. Ooh. But Existence need him more than ever now. 9-4 and the B rush about to come through. It's only pistols here for Bravado, but they can be dangerous no matter the weapons in their hands. Oh, nice shot for the smoke from Nork. That was needed because Barbaro's about to be overrun potentially here at the back of the coffins. Nork trying to catch up this player above the smoke. Will drop on by, and they might rush through. Yeah, they might get in their face. The flashbang's there. Everyone's blind. Sonic's dropped the AWP. Barbaro moves back in, pistol out, and he'll find a headshot, keeping this round intact for Existence. That could have fallen apart. A nice attempt from Bravado on the eco, but it's left to Fady in a 1-on-3. The smoke, they don't know where he is. They think he's Banana. He's found contact, but he's not found a kill from it, and that will be his death. 5 rounds for Existence. This game is still going.
Once again, very nice run from Barbaro. I have to give credit to Bravado for the call there. They know they're in a disadvantageous position. They already have the bomb down, so mission accomplished so far for them. So what do you do then? You have one flashbang. You try to make a play that can just do economic damage to the opponent, and yes, it might not work out 50% of the time, but the other 50%, you get such a big reward. Like, it's low risk, high reward for them, and if you can make that call every single time.
For the first time in this entire series, I just saw a smile on Barbaro's face. I think he's realized that this isn't over. This is still doable for Existence. They may have got pummeled on Nuke, but this is a different story. They're lighting up Inferno with 5 rounds on the CT side, which, yeah, not necessarily the best of half so far, but it is salvageable.
Oh yeah, and also if you take into account that Barbaro and the boys from Existence, they went 58% of the rounds on T-side Inferno. And a lot of teams, at least in Europe, with a good strategical setup will have that. We have the same in our team. We usually like go 6-9, 5-10 in first half, and then go back on T-side and win it. And Existence can do the same.
It's been a 1-2 down Banana. Fady's actually made it doable. He's opened up again. This man's been so good at opening up bomb sites round after round. 9 rounds to Bravado, and they look for double digits in the last of the half as a retake is on. AWP for Nork, but you wouldn't want him on any other weapon despite it being a retake. No warp here for Bravado, but they have got Fady pushed up in the ruins. He's got a great off angle as well. They expected that to no. He's found one. Trade is there. So much utility for Existence, and they're setting up Molotovs from the ruins as well. There's a shot. Nork catches a man moving into position. Sonic trying to move towards the site. The smokes are down, and JT's on the other side, but they don't have time to play with. They have to get on that bomb, and JT will not give them the satisfaction. One more kill is all that separates Bravado from 10 rounds, and even if it doesn't come through, the half is solidified. 10-5 for Bravado. They will be dominating.
The pistol is going to be absolutely crucial. Whoever takes this is going to have control of the game. And then when that first buy round comes around, we almost have our answer of who's going to control the momentum and the pace of the game until the end. If Bravado gets it, it's going to be Existence on the back foot constantly fighting. If Existence gets it, we're going to see a very, very close game that could go 16-14 or overtime.
I want to see if Bravado play the same suffocating CT style that they did over on Nuke. Now, obviously, it's a very different map with different options available to you, but if you remember back to that CT side of the previous one, every time they lost some map control, as you said, they would regain map control somewhere else. Now, if we see heavy B progress, will we see Bravado throw a second mid pushes on the CT side? I want to know how they play this.
Yeah, there's a pistol that they can do where they basically have one guy watching straight down middle for the quick push, 2 guys flashing out Banana, taking control early, and then 2 guys pushing apartments through basically the balcony, just like timing peek out and see if they're coming. That way they get a lot of information early on in the round, and then they can rotate off of that so they can play 1-4 based on wherever they see any contact. That could be one of those like high risk, high reward plays that I feel like is in the style of Bravado, but let's wait and see what they do.
Lots of nades, the kit on JT. This is a pretty decent buy.
Oh yeah, straight down mid.
Yeah, they've done it. As you said, the pressure is put on by Bravado. Only 2 players on this B bomb site, but that smoke will give ample time for these CTs to push down mid.
But no rotation, that's the problem.
They haven't spotted the bomb just yet, but they've only seen the man moving down towards the ramp. He does a lot of damage. Might have to forfeit this position, but look at Plopsky. He's climbing up in the smoke. JT has no idea. Once that fades, this could get very, very awkward. He spams through. Barbaro chases to his own death. There's one more man left up on the coffin, and there's no T-smoke for it. He's going to have free reign of this bomb site, but instead decides to give it up. They've got the man advantage. They can afford to give away the bomb plant, but that's lost. Nork's still holding on to bottom Banana, and he needs to win this duel as well. He does. That bomb goes down in the meantime. Retake is on for Bravado, but 2 players armorless against Glocks. Things are about to get very difficult.
Good nade. Sinkin under pressure. Will need to get a frag. JT comes in. Still kid on JT, so this is very much possible. They have the guy at the back of the bomb site here, Borten, and one in secret. Plopsky will get one. JT the Trony, last man standing, and it will be a T round.
It's looking that way. Trony can't connect the finishing blow, and Nork will shut that one down. Existence are not done just yet. They are not rolling over on Inferno. May not be their map pick. Won't make a damn difference. 6 rounds as they start off with the pistol.
Kind of curious when you do that one guy down towards bench in middle push, that they don't do a second mid peek from balcony and then rotate one off to CT. Because that's usually how you play when you play one man down mid early on, but decided to stay on the A-bomb side. Maybe they read something into a demo or something that usually when they commit towards banana or something early on, they're going to rotate back. I don't know. This is going to be the Deagles though, the full-on force. But there's still a chance in this one for Bravado. Deadly with these Deagles.
Yeah, nice nade there from Existence. They spot the boost, so an instant HE grenade puts 2 players down lower. Setting up smokes on this B bomb side. But this is not the commitment. Don't confuse yourself. They're only throwing in utility early to try and force the hand of Bravado. Get those smokes out of the CT side. Because if we look at this buy, Bravado forcing up in the second round have got a hell of a lot behind it. That's the new loss bonus. Smokes on everyone. Deagles and armor. Existence.
Yeah, and they're saving their smokes as well. The second that someone spots anything, they're going to put down a smoke wall. I think, oh, Detroni's going to go for the frag. Ooh. The one click. They try again.
They've got to be careful. These are
SMGs to put it down now.
For Existence. I mean, these aren't great guns for this kind of round. Like, you can overwhelm players, but the armor is going to be fine. There's no aim punch for Fady. He gets away with one. The flashbang's there. The Detroni on the other side gets himself another single kill. There's only one more man left on A, and he's got to find something in this round to be doable. Elusive does that, but I don't know if it's going to be possible. Plofsky almost getting caught out. He's left on 11. The smoke cuts off JT, but he can push through it. There's no one watching this position. The bomb part's there, but JT's not going to be able to hit the shot. A good eco nonetheless, but it's still the conversion from Existence Galaxy.
And this is what I was talking about. This first buy round is going to decide if we're basically going to get a tied up close game or if Bravado are going to run away with the momentum. So far, well done by Existence Galaxy. Full eco now, maybe a smoke flashbang P250 or something. Going to see the 5-7 out of Fady, but that is all. We're going to have 10-8 with the first buy round. A very different picture than what we saw on Nuke, that's for sure.
Yeah. And all of this pistol as well in the second half. I mean, as you said, if Bravado went pistol, this game probably a similar story to Nuke. It was loose up in apartments. Nork is locking down middle. And while it really didn't seem too effective on the CT side in the sense that Existence didn't really get any rounds until the latter stage of the half, Nork was fragging. Nork was continuing to put up kills on this scoreboard, and he has not slowed down. 24 on him right now.
Just showing the edge.
He's got 10 more kills than the top player of Bravado, despite losing the game so far.
That is true. Sonic, gonna just try and take a little bit away from the T side, but surely now he's dead. Death sentence given, 10-8 as expected. And this is the round. This is one of the key rounds of the game. Gonna decide momentum, gonna decide economy, especially if Existence take this one as well.
We've been lacking the tactical pauses for either team on this map at least, so if Bravado don't pick up this buy round, I'd love to see a pause come through. Just a moment to go, okay guys, we're still in the lead, we still have this game in our hands, we are a map up, let's not let this go the full distance, let's shut this down while we can.
This is super dangerous what Bravado are doing. They're basically going to run very low utility on this buy round, but with 2 ops. So they're stacking on the fact that they're going to win their duels. Sonic will be forced away, lose a bit of HP, and lose the duel to Plopsky, who can see just the right side of him. And JT now in big trouble. He's going to be play close to the smoke, spray through, but he's going to get flashed and killed.
Yeah, he sprayed the right side. They were coming in from the left, an awkward position.
That should be the save, straight up. There's no reason of going for this retake. And that's the thing, right? When you run this whole AWP setup, the first AWP has to go for the peak because he has no utility. The second that he gets shot down, the M4 player will have to get 2 frags up by a time. If he doesn't, then the round is completely over. And Existence, they know that they're high, like there's a lot of pressure on the economy of their opponent team. That's why they just go for a quick push. If they get entries, they get the round. Easy as that.
Look at this hunt. Existence Galaxy want to keep the pressure up. They want to win this game without giving anything away, but Detroni's going to keep his gun for now. Nork has a Molotov for that back pit. It can force a player out of position, but again, it's not like they can kill anyone with a bomb here. That's down on B. Fady just trying to hold on to this site. His teammate's gone down, but he does trade double. That being said, it's all deaths. That's very much worth its while for Existence Galaxy. They keep 2 players, they rid the entire enemy team of guns, and as a result, we're going to have that eco in the follow-up round. If they save 3, they could still buy up.
Yeah, it's going to be Deagles, C-sets, potentially a scout, but nothing more than that. Gonna go for utility instead, and then an armor Deagle on the Trony.
We really haven't seen many CZs this event.
And also one thing, like I really like what Bravado is doing. Look how much they're saving. Usually we see teams like sit around 2,200 in these rounds. They're saving so much money. They want to get full utility for the next round. No, nice shot through the smoke.
Yeah, this is actually a hell of a lot of money, considering this is going to be a 5th round loss bonus, that max loss bonus.
So they have the potential of actually getting double AWP with almost full utility and 3 kills.
Plopsky, he's being baited in, he's being drawn forward by Elusive. There is a man close. That Molotov gives him time to check these close positions. Great work from Existence. They are very careful, but they do lose 1 man in the process. Plopsky not ready for the instant Mach 10 repeat, but Nork he's going to be able to find a couple more with this AWP. Detroni now the last man standing on the wrong side of the bomb site. The wrong side of the map, rather. Nork on almost 30 kills.
Yeah, around 120 ADR as well with the AWP.
Unbelievable.
That is absolutely insane. You can say one thing, like, Nork, this has been his standout tournament. If we talk about players, we can talk about Plopsky and we can talk about Nork. Bolton as well, to some extent, was really showing themselves at this first big event for them. And on the other side, almost every single player, Detroni, of course, with LAN experience from before at European events, but everyone else also stepping up. This has been a great tournament, and once again, a testament to why the DreamHack Open is such an important format for the CS scene, because these teams would not be able to get not only this experience, but also the chance to showcase himself on this level due to almost every other tournament being like 27 online qualifiers, best of ones before you can actually get to a game. I know, because we play them all and we haven't qualified yet. It's a tough scene, man. And DreamHack Open is one of the few tournaments that allow teams to actually showcase that they have the level.
Yeah, and as you know, sweet old Connor Gervin tweeted last night, this is the first DreamHack Open ever to have both 2 qualified teams in the semi-finals, not only in the semi-finals, but up against each other. That's ridiculous, but more on that later. It's a 1-for-1 trade top mid. Existence Galaxy rushing that A site, but they're not ready for the repeat on long. The Trony shuts down Plopsky. Elusive up on top of the balcony, and they haven't checked it just yet. They don't know. Oh, he gives away his position. That's hugely awkward. He could have found a free frag there and put Bravado in a winning round, but it's still not over just yet. Elusive is still in the pit, and his teammates are moving in for the cleanup kills. Barbar alone, but not for long. He'll join his team in the grave. 11 up for Bravado. They find their first CT round here, Risk.
Yeah, and almost like a team play CT round. No one individually steps up. Just everyone chimes in and gets a frag, plays their setup correctly, plays the A setup correctly. Now, what I need to see from Bravado is for them to have control over the B bomb side as well, because that's where Existence Galaxy has been really good at pushing in, getting the bomb down. If they can show that they control that also, and they have 3 AWPs to do it with, this is very unusual for Inferno. Train is the only map that you see 3 AWPs actually work out on. I don't know, I have to go back like a year or something before I've seen this in like a high-level LAN game.
Hey,
on Inferno.
It could be crazy enough that Existence won't expect it. I mean,
yeah,
I'm done putting logic into this. Why not? Sonic's even found 1 as well. Barbar gets picked, and Plopsky, he attempts to trade, but cleverly of Sonic, after he gets that shot, he instantly backs off. Doesn't overextend, doesn't repeak. Don't give away that pick. You have a man advantage. And as I said, you got 3 AWPs. You're not retaking.
2 smokes remaining on the CT side. 3 smokes on the T side. So actually a small utility advantage. Now they're going to throw it all in one basket and push for this B bomb side.
Oh, JT's blind and Sonic is smoked. Someone's got to step up here. The Molotov's down, but JT cannot land enough shots to find a kill. Lots of damage. Sonic's still here. Won't be able to catch across, but he's made his presence very much known. They just don't need to peek into the spot. Detroni almost catches that bomb plant as the smoke starts to fade, but it's still a 4-on-4. Despite low HP on some of these players in the post plant, they have a good setup. They still have Banana, and no one's coming from there for Bravado, which leaves Nork in a clutch position. He might not be able to catch players early on, but once that smoke fades, he's going to be in a prime spot to shut down these retaking players, especially from that CT spawn. Plopsky waiting for contact on the pillar. covered from CT. The push is there for Elusive to his death. Plopsky tries to follow up. Nort gets shut down by one of those many AWPs, but that's all that remains. AWPs, and they just can't walk into the site. They're getting all the frags required, but frankly, the round is done. The time is over, and Botten finds a finishing blow to pull this back for Team Existence.
And once again, Existence with great success rate on this B push. That's the one thing that Bravado clearly has no answer for right now, even though they try with a very strange setup with 3 AWPs. And yes, there was only 1 AWP and B and 2 were retaking, so that's of course the thorn in the side of that retake setup. But Existence have been stellar so far on it. They're going to take another pause. That's one thing that I have to give them credit for as well, Existence, throughout this game. They have been very good at utilizing their pauses. Bravado, I can't really say the same. We've seen 1, maybe 2 tactical pauses throughout this entire best 3 so far.
Yeah. I mean, on Nuke, they were in control the entire game.
Yeah, but still.
But definitely would like some.
I would actually say that there were 2 rounds on Nuke where it ends up working out because their individual skill was so high and that everyone was just flying off. But there were 2 rounds where it would make sense to take a timeout. But I'm also not sure, like, and that also shows me that I know very little about the South African scene, which I think 80% of the CS scene does currently. Yeah. I don't know who their coach is. Does he have experience as an in-game leader before? Is he actually able to call these timeouts and come with strategical feedback? Or is he just more like the manager coach? That's a question. If he is the more strategical kind, I would love to see him get more into the game and call some more, take some more timeouts.
Bravado might need it. They're starting to let this map slip away. It was a 10-5 half, now equaled up. Sonic spot the barrel. He knows he's there, and there's no one else to trade. He gets a free kill. That deep smoke can allow him to grab the AK-47 or at least throw it over to one of his teammates. And yeah, he's realized it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. He's picked it up. Bit of a Christmas present under the tree. At Existence, they want to put some coal in the stocking of Bravado as they head back towards the A site, but look at this rotate. With that AK, the only AK picked up for Bravado on B, it's going to allow for 4 players on the other site. Now, still only pistols, so this isn't necessarily a 1 round just yet, but if they were going to win it, this is what they would need.
So many smokes, Hugo, from the CT side. There's still 2 left, one of them being thrown down, and then the last one. So 50 seconds, that means the window's going to open around 30, but the bomb can still be stopped by a Molotov. Sonic is getting so much information on Banana, getting the flash timing in. He knows, okay, there's going to be pressure coming, and instantly a 2-man rotate.
JT, Fady, they're both here. They're playing close smoke. They can run through upon the contact. Maybe we can see that push again. Fady's found a 1-for-1. That's worth his weight in gold because Sonic is also at the back of the site with that picked up AK-47. He can't line up more than 1 more. JT's still here in the CT spawn, but that bomb's yet to be picked back up. They need to go into the depths to get it by the pool, but they're swimming in blood. Elusive's come from the back line, and he's dropped that bomb. 15 seconds left up north. This is too much to ask for. It's Bravado to win the eco.
Smokes on A bomb side to hold back, not allowing them to get enough map control to execute. The rotation timing due to the aggressive play on Banana, and then at the end, this frag is also important, but and then at the end, the play here from Sonic on the back, but also the Molotov. Yes, it doesn't land directly on the bomb, but yes, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it forces the T side to kind of say, okay, we can't really just jump in and get the bomb. We have to wait for a couple of seconds so we don't lose HP and don't lose basically information that the sound it makes to get the bomb. And that timing just kills the whole thing. Bravado on the back of smokes, pistols, and some aggressive play on Banana.
This is a big respect buy from Existence here because these last 4 rounds have gone back and forth. It's very common to see teams continue these forced by wars, but considering how deep this game has gone, with round 24, Existence, they don't want to force this round. They're giving an eco, they're allowing Bravado to take 2 in a row, and therefore 13 before they come back in with AKs. Showing a lot of respect to their opponents, and they damn well should. They're a map down here. Bravado taking back the lead despite Existence's cruel into this game on the T side.
Not a lot of utility remaining on the CT side right now. Flashbang and smoke on T side, but compared to the fact that they're on an eco. Smoke CT and then flashbang timing to push. That seems to be the name of the game. Sonic will be the first one because anti-flash on coffins is not going to push. I think that is JT in that position.
Only 1 smoke is the big problem here. One of these 2 players is going to have an open season up against these pistols, but there's just so many men. Too many men, maybe, Niels. 40 seconds left in Existence. Ready to go for this push.
Are you saying we need some more girls in here?
We need some more girls in here, yeah.
Shout out to BBK.
Here we go. 25 and Existence starting to line up the smokes. In they go. Sonic's fully blind and he's going to get 1. JT also a great position. The headshot angle, they're not going to be able to get rid of him, but they've got up close. Plopsky's found 2. Those are guns dropped, but one of them may be irretrievable in a CT spawn and the other one's been taken out of the hands of Plopsky. He cannot get into his post plant in time. which leaves 2. A retake on for Bravado. It's not one just yet. This AWP moving in, and the tag is not going to be enough to find the kill, but it's Nork with the deagle. 30th frag so far, and he's not stopping. It's a 1-on-1 now. Nork's done it. Keeping Existence Galaxy in this round, keeping them in this game, and an eco from Existence, but they pick it up nonetheless.
Are you not entertained? What a round from Nork once again. The true MVP so far in this map for Existence. Look at this in a 1v3 nonetheless. The first 2 straight headshot, the last duel, a couple of missed shots from the CT, but he still makes it happen.
This guy played his first official professional match on April this year. Just a few months later, he is owning faces on LAN. His first LAN at age 21. Unbelievable.
And he's plus 30 frags, and there's still plenty of rounds to go. Like, he could go 40 bomb this Inferno if this goes all the way.
Yeah, in regulation. Very doable. Woo. They're going to have the money for the AWP for him, considering they just won an eco as well. So that was a round Existence never even planned on winning. I
also like the fact that they take the timeout straight after this, because you just need to dial it down a little bit after a sick clutch down the line. Nork, just hold that energy high, but not too high, because that's sometimes like new players in these kind of scenarios will burn out with like 7-8 rounds to go in the game if they just get too hype early on. Really nice call from RDL.
And also let that eco sink in to Bravado.
Exactly.
They're going to be sweating.
Double-edged sword, Hugo. Always hit them with both punches.
Uh-oh. Sonic's got a lot of fists and a lot of punches going through. Barbar's going to get his head ripped clean off. JT's caught in the sandbags of Molotov. Oh, it doesn't go towards him. It actually cuts his retreat off, so he's got to take the fight. He's got to stand tall, but instead he's been knocked down a peg. Nork, of course, to find the entry. Who else? Fady gets tagged through the smoke as well, but he does manage to cross towards the bomb site. Still a man up here for Existence Galaxy. And Bravado unconvinced by this early B aggression. They rotate that second player off. Elusive sitting in the CT spawn. And actually, he'll reconsider back towards B, but he couldn't be more wrong. Look at that bomb.
Yeah, but Elusive, what he does here is just throw the smoke and then he rotates back, because they have 2 smokes and then Fady can play around the smoke. He's actually going to push it, which I don't really agree with in this situation. Elusive. Oh, so close.
If he found that kill, maybe this round would have been winnable, but I think at this point, Existence are about to charge into B. They're going to spam that smoke every single time, surely.
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, Elusive's going to run right through it, and there it is. Thinking will get the kill regardless.
Exactly. In that situation, you just want to hold the smoke. You don't want to spam it to give away your post-plant position. So they do the correct thing there. Basically, what you're doing is that instead of giving a tiny, tiny chance for the CTs to retake it, you just play the smart game, play the 100% game, and know that you're in a 4v2. And that's one thing that I can say about both these teams, and that is a real big plus for both of them. They play intelligent CS, even when they're pressured, even when they're down. And even when they're winning like a one-sided game on Nuke, they still play intelligent CS all the way throughout. And it's very rare that we see teams coming into the qualifying for their first DreamHack Open and then they play really solid like CS. A lot of teams will just go in and play like put your head in the basket and just like run in, don't care about anything. But both of these teams are playing solid team Counter-Strike, thinking constantly about their choices.
This game getting very close. 13-12 here for Existence Galaxy. This is the first time in a long time that they've been in the lead. In fact, the first time this series. So, always got to remember the fact that Bravado are nipping at their heels, but for now it should be a 14th guaranteed. And I shouldn't even say that. We've had eco wins from both sides. Bravado have pistols in this round, and by no means counts them out. To save Famas and 4 smokes. We've been seeing them do some great delay play with this utility before. But this time they're just given up on Banana. They've fallen back.
Interesting choice to invest so much in this round from Bravado. As far as I can tell, they're not on a full loss bonus, so...
They're going to have 3-round loss bonus, so...
Yeah, it's going to be just enough to get, like, decent weapons and some utility, but not full utility, and definitely not a double-up setup. Let's wait and see. It might be playing into what they want to do in this next round. This round, of course, exists all on the zone once again. They're doing heavy smoke setup. That means 3 players still with smokes, 1 setup with 1 minute to go, which is kind of nice. A way they can hold back.
Oh, no.
And that can also hold back tees.
You are very right, though. You know, if they get kills, they'll be fine. If they don't get kills, they're not even going to have that kill bonus money to ride off and get rifles with, full utility. So every frag counts here for Bravado. It pays back for these smoke investments. Fady throws his out on short.
This is exactly how they won that other round, I think 4 or 5 rounds ago. They just hold them back, and then 30 seconds to go. The T side have to commit to the B side. And that's where 1 or 2 crazy kills can come in from a pistol. And the round is over. Look at that. That's smoke.
That's such
They
a big
have to
smoke.
run through, or it's going to be a 15-second timing. Look at this position from Elusive.
But Bravado know exactly what's going on. They push down mid. They've got that full rotate from the CT spawn, and they're running into the pistols again. It's 2 for 1. It's good enough for Existence, but do they get another frag? Sonic going to get caught on the coffin. 2 more players left up for Bravado. Normality has been restored, and it's going to go one step further. Bottom finds a great shot through the smoke. Is Fady one-tap sinking, but he's got a huge task ahead of him. I don't know if he's going to be up for it. No armor, no nade, no kit. Surely no chance, but he'll close the distance. He'll give it a go. They could line up, but the aim touch is going to be a problem, and it will not work. Nork does shut down that round. It is Existences after all, but as you said, really, like, that's how they won the last eco. Really close.
Exactly. Couple of percentages of luck go on the way of Bravado, and they could have had that, but our friends from Existence will live to tell the tale. 14 rounds now, and this is the buy. No. That's what I was talking about.
That's what we were
That's the
questioning.
money. And then
It makes sense, because you get 2 of these rounds, and they already know they can win them, so yeah, why not? It's just, I was surprised that a team that's been playing so confident all game that we're going to give away map point on this second one.
exactly that, because you could have just have done a full eco in the round before, and you would still have, with 3-round loss bonus, a decent buy. But then again, they did win one of those rounds before. Fady's gonna
no, deep smoke.
not stay alive. Yeah, he throws the smoke to the deep instead of on the Molotov, and that kills him. The spread is always dangerous, but still, like, Hugo, this is a 3v3. An AK has been picked up. Detroni has armor. There's still 2 smokes remaining. And Elusive in this position, like, this is a 50-50. Sinking, if he pre-fires, he's going to win it. If not, then Elusive has this straight up. Nice little
jiggle
peek around the corner.
Yeah, now the A site's open for business. Detroni, he's been cut off. He's watching for that late mid luck, but there's no one here. They all grouped up. Existence want to make sure they can trade their frags, or their enemies' frags, rather. Detroni. Oh, he catches one off guard. Borton's dead. That's a big clutch player out of the picture here for Existence Galaxy, and of course they go for it. They've got a full buy next round regardless. Give it your best shot. Detroni can't connect his, though. Sonic's found that AK-47 from Banana early in the round, but he's been removed. Detroni could pick it up, but he's actually just fallen back without it. He left his kids at the daycare, and he's going to go back in to try and pick them up. Barbar not peeking, and this is a very good round from Existence Galaxy. They are playing it by the book. Double peek at the end of the round will guarantee them 15. Their chance to pull this to overpass is map number 3, but we do have that full buy, everything with it for Bravado.
Deep breaths for the Avocado, and deep breaths for Sweden. Gonna have buys almost until the end. There might be one deagle eco for Existence if Bravado just continue, but they're gonna play it out correctly, I feel like, Existence at this point. As the odds have shifted.
Yeah, overpass is no man's land. So if Existence do pick up this map, that's exactly where we will be heading.
A lot of utility used on Banana early on.
Again, the flash through for Existence. Great shot from Sonic. He's taken down the top fragger of the server. It is Nork being plucked out of the picture. Sonic, he knows there's a man on top of the logs as well, but he can't find the angle. Finally, Borton walks into it, and that'll be walking to his death. Bravado keep this game going.
And this is why they went for that double save. They want that double up. That is what they want here. Sonic has been doing work so far, 22-18, and Fady's pushing all in the back. There's one player on A apartments to sell it, but Fady has this one locked down. They're not even going to expect it. He does great amounts of damage, locks it down with the smoke. They're trying to take it out. One Klopsky is going to answer, but it doesn't matter. He has to clutch 1v4. This is going to be Bravado's round. It's going to be the reforce up. It's going to be again after this for Existence. But they're getting dangerously close, and will survive with enough money to get a full buy going next round anyways, as long as they don't let anyone die to Plopsky.
Let's not count him out just yet. He's opened up B for the 1v1, and he's won it as well. Bomb plant is going to be available if he gets it in right now, punching in the digits.
He might clutch it here. Plopsky might win this map.
There's so much utility for Bravado that he can easily isolate any position that he takes for the post plant, as long as he doesn't surprise one man, and he's going to try and do that, catching this cross. Good off angle. Won't be able to find anyone just yet, as the flashes are set up to get back into the site. The Molotov as well. That cuts him off from the site, but he's very open to the ruins. He's not going to be caught from it as they push together. First man walks in on his own, and Plopsky takes another kill. He's up for the ace. He's up for the map victory, but they're sticking the bomb. Plopsky goes through it, but he can't win the round. Bravado, by the skin of their teeth, are still in this map.
Seconds away on the defuse, but they get it nonetheless. The problem is now, the money is still fine from Existence, but dying with 4 members on this CT side means that it's going to be the force buy, basically. We're going to see FAMASas, we're going to see UMPs, we might even see one Deagle full utility. Plopsky with a tremendous round.
That's going to hurt him mentally to know that he could have won it but didn't, but he has to remember the fact that, as you said, the money is going to be a problem. This is still doable. This is still able to be closed out by Existence before we hit overtime.
One player without utility, one player on a UMP.
And after that round from Sonic, he's now taken the main AWP over Detroni.
And that's a confidence play.
Oh, Existence know exactly where it is. The flash forces the shot. And although they didn't try and follow up around the flash, that's just Existence trying to get information and trying to work out where this AWP is. How many are there? They don't know. They can only assume.
No Molotovs on the CT side and only 2 smokes remaining with 1:15 to go.
Oh, it's the Abspert. It's the crash through. Fady's got his back turn, but he gets 1 before his demise. There's still 2 for Bravado. They're keeping themselves in this, and Elusive's hiding in the pit, but not for too much longer. It's JT's smoke dive that will keep this round under question, and now it's Chitoni just closing it out on his own. No help needed. Couple of kills to shut it down, and just like that, it's 15-14.
Such a nice setup for the Apartments explosion as well. They actually have one guy watching aggressively towards short, one guy in the backup pit, and then one guy at the headshot position. That means they have 3 players who can basically counter this push, and that's the perfect setup. Yes, they lose initially the 3 players, and the rotations come in and save the round, but usually when that play happens, you have 2 players towards A. They get straight up wrecked,
and look at this
post-plant.
Existence don't have the money. They've got 2 pistols. They've not got a full buy by any means, and the wallbang's there to North. The nade to finish it off, and Fady is just locking it down with 3. Sonic's still here. He doesn't want to give this up. He wants overtime, but it might cost him the map. JT has to move in, and that's it. We're going to overtime, 15-15. Bravado, they claw the comeback. The double eco to give away 15 rounds, and boy, does it pay off.
3 rounds in a row is what they needed, and 3 rounds in a row is what they got. What a play from Fady. Aggressively steps out, grabs 3. And this man right here. What a play to end regulation. 34 frags from Nork as well. 105 ADR.
It was when Nork slowed down. It was when he started getting shut out the rounds that this game was closed by Bravado, or at least brought to overtime rather. Nork had 33 kills up on that B site at something like 15-12 to 15-13. And every round, Bravado killed him first.
A lot of crossed arms in the crowd for the Existence fans. Let's see if they can bring it back here in OT. Get those arms lifted. Fady on Banana, aggressively set up together with Sonic and JT. A 3-man stack, as you usually see in the beginning of the round. The rotation is going to probably come in 10 to 15 seconds.
One note is Nork has not been playing the AWP at all on the T side of this map. He's just been going with a rifle most of the time. So now in overtime, when money's no longer a problem, he's pulled it into the first round. I like this decision. Something Bravado haven't had to deal with yet. And considering he knows they're running the double AWP, it's somewhat of a counter. Look at this setup, though, for Bravado. 4 players on A.
Yeah, and that's what you get when you do the 3-man stack early on. You stay there, you watch the banana control, then you leave one guy aggressively posted up, and then you rotate and you play 4-1. This is such a standard play, but it's so effective.
Flash through the smoke, maybe? Oh, it just goes out, though, runs right through Barbar. He finds the entry, massive one as well. They try and chase down Detroni, who's caught in the spawn, but Existence is just going smoke to smoke, site to site, and wrapping A right now. Elusive has to be exactly that, but he's going to get overwhelmed in the graveyard. Fady puts them back in it, in a coffin with 2. Barbar's low, and he's going to try and move into the bomb site, spotting and taking the kill. And Fady's on for an entire mop-up on this A site. It's just Nork left up. They're pinstring him together. He spotted the first man, but he's down to 11 points of health. They almost line up. Or close range, but Sonic's got the pistol. And just like that, Nork try his best. 3 kills on the AWP, but it won't be enough.
What a high-intensity game we have right now. Coming from one of the most one-sided games we've seen so far this tournament, if not the most one-sided game, we get into an OT game where it's down to the individual clutch players in this kind of situation. Fady with a great play, almost getting the 4K as well. And Nork trying to answer back, 37 kills on him, and he's staying on the AWP. Why not? Confident as ever, double up setup on the CT side. Money's not a problem for either of these teams right now.
And Fady, he has been the hard carry here for Bravado, saving them at every turn. Detroni on this AWP has been so strong on the CT side, and he's going to continue that as well. Borton removed straight away. It's Bravado in a double man advantage. Just a shot through the smoke, and again Nork picked up within seconds. You can't afford to have that in overtime. This is going to come back to bite Existence Galaxy.
I think that might have been like a very specific smoke to leave the gap in the right side, so if they peek and show their legs, if they go up towards mid, the AWPer would actually have an advantage. I'd have to watch the demo back for that one, but if so, that's a huge play to pull out. In OT, and they're just shutting him down right now, taking individual duels and winning them. The smoke will hold back Plopsky. JT can rotate and play off the CT angle. And the second player on the bomb side is Sonic. He still has a secondary smoke for this.
Feeling the pressure here. JT forced back. He's flashed off. Sonic's got to step up, but he finds the tag on one. Close position for Plopsky. He's not ready for it. He's got a smoke in his hand, and now nothing in his hands. He's dead. Plopsky finding that kill has made this round a possibility, yet to be a reality. That bomb plant comes in. Plopsky defends it. Great work from him.
It's doable. There's no Molotov to force out the positions, but Elusive with a very important kill, and JT coming in with the flank. 2 rounds in a row for Bravado.
2 more to find a victory here. This would be a 2-0 in the semi-finals. Now, while Nuke was a domination, this game has been anything but. Considering it was a 10-5 T-side half for Bravado, the fact that they've already found 2 CT rounds is definitely worrying as we will move into that second half after only 1 more. If they go 18-15 here, Existence Galaxy are going to have an extremely tough time, but you do have to remember, once you hit overtime, everything's out the window.
Everything was already out the window going into this game. But yeah, I definitely agree with your sentiment. Fady has been really stepping up in OT here in the last couple of rounds as well, in the last 3 rounds of regulation. Very nicely done by him. This is going to be the no AWP buy, even though they have money. They have plenty of money. Money's not an issue in this OT. But they still decide to go for 5 AKs, which tells us a story that they want to go for an explosion play. 2 players up towards apartment. Actually, it might be 3 minimap. Shows us that. And 2 players down towards middle.
Nork just can't catch a break, man. He's still on 37 kills, but he's getting hit at every corner. Detroni landing a shot on the A site. Elusive spots a short control. The bomb's dropped in the pit. And Detroni, he's going to have to defend it on his own with the no-scope. Plopsky finding the nade, but Detroni's just going for crazy shots at this point. It's 18-15. Bravado 3 in overtime.
Such a simple setup as well for the CTs. 1 back of pit, 1 towards the snacks box. When you do run that setup, you're basically saying, okay, we need to win our first individual 1v1s, and then we need to play as a duo. It's a big risk to run, but it's high risk, high reward. And once again, they make it work. Bravado. Everything that they try is just working out in these last 6 rounds.
I think one of the sickest things here is a lot of people that have maybe seen some of Bravado's games online or saw this team when they came over to NA, they were very aware of the fact that Sonic typically for this team was the hard carry at one point. He was the man that you would only expect to really be at the top of the board. Everyone below him, he's the best player. Well, this LAN event has been completely different. Now Sonic, he's having a great game right now. He's second on his team, but everyone else is stepping up around him. Everyone is having their moments. And right now they are 1 round away from going to the grand finals in their first DreamHack.
The magic number is 19 as always in first OT. And they have 3 tries to get it home. If they don't hit any of those, another OT.
Pressure's on Existence here, but already good damage has been done. JT tagged up and Sonic moving in and out of the apartment. It's only early B control. It will be held by Fady.
They're going to be stacking 3 players towards short, which means that if they smoke up short and go for arch control, that's going to be open. It's a big risk for Existence.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Sonic kills his teammate. That's a huge mistake for Bravado, but they do get a kill behind it. Bottom dead.
And now Nork rotating over to hold the arch because he knows that they can go that way. But this leaves Sinkin in a very tough situation. Snacks box has to hold it. Nork steps up to play, and so does Sinkin finally into the fray. And Detroni will have to try, but it doesn't matter. Nork with a big play, with a big gun.
39 kills on Nork. He's doing everything he can to keep this game going. He does not want to let it slip out of the hands of Existence, and it is yet to fall. That being said, they need 2 more rounds, Risk. As you said, this needs to be a flawless CT side from Existence, the team that got only 5 rounds initially on this CT side in regulation. Double AWP, Nork and Barbar back on those. No AWP for Bravado this time, just flat rifles. Banana control going to be denied early on. Fady trying to move up ahead and beyond. Sonic
taking the balcony control. Pretty standard play to have 2 players just taking balcony, taking apartments, and the rest of the team working on banana. Those are usually the 2 ways you spread out if you want to go into a default, and then the mid-round calls in from the in-game leader based on the information that you see, how many smokes you see thrown on the banana, where you want to go.
Remember Existence, how aggressive they were playing on B in the CT side initially. They were just rushing down to their death. This time they're extremely passive, and that might be what they need. The problem is Fady's abusing this smoke, and the Molotov is going to force the peak. He looks away from the flashbang, and he goes down as a result. That's a big mistake for Bravado, and he's going to be capitalized on. Zinken with 2. There's another man here. There's a rotation from Existence, but it needs to go back towards A, because that's exactly where Bravado set their sights.
And they got to go fast. The rotation from CT is coming in. They have to execute right now, or else Barbar is going to be in position unless they go straight for the arch push. It is open right now. They can walk in and surprise this AWP, but he's holding the angle, and he's got the shot locked down. 2v5. Make that 1v5 for Sonic, and it's a great player. He has a great scoreline for this game. He's in the positive, but he's not going to clutch this.
Nork got his 40th kill there from the A site as well. Sonic spots it AWP in CT, but he's going to get pushed from freeway. He hears the footsteps, free kill for him, but no time. 18 seconds, he's being chased from behind by everyone. Existence can afford to take these gunfights. They have the money to play with. It is overtime, and it is 17-18. Existence Galaxy not rolling over here. It was a flawless CT side from Bravado, but Existence want to repeat that themselves, and they are 1 round away from doing it and bringing us to a double overtime.
I want to see Bravado make a big boy call right now.
Yeah.
I want to make them... want to see them make the call to either go for the apartments explosion or the straight-on banana push. Straight up, they have been very, very leant back, very, very defensive in the T-side setup. Yes, they have been peeking in and getting control over some smokes, all that stuff, but they haven't done a straight-on, full-on timing push in this overtime yet. That could be the thing that draws them over the edge, just completely surprise the opposition, because when everything is down to the line, everyone, like, it's the last round of potential first OT, everything is on the line, it's a spot in the final. Most teams will play incredibly passive and stay back, and that's when you hit them with a full-on push. That's the call that made Astralis major winners back in Atlanta, that call to go outside and train. A lot of teams will make this call, and let's see, they're grouping up, they're going second mid, this might be the play. If so, Bravado will have the biggest cojones on the planet.
Well, let's see if they can prove it and prove that South African CS is something not to be messed with. It's deep into the apartments already. Nork here with the AWP. Bravado making their presence very well known with these Molotovs, trying to take the short control. We've seen heavy triple setups from Existence up on short, and Bravado denying that this time. The smoke will hold them back, but...
They're going to take control for now. If they want to do it, rotate 2 more members up into position, and then a double flash timing is going to come from middle. This is the play, but is Nork ready? He's attacked the first one.
Oh, they're straight out, and the flashback's good. Fady's found the opener. Botten, he's got to go huge at the back of the site. He's found himself 1, but the trade is already in position. 3 on 3 here. These sites can be so hard to retake, and with an AWP as well, that makes things even more difficult. The last remnants of utility going out for Bravado to cut off this rotation from short, and that's exactly where Existence will be coming from short. Sonic hides in the pit, crossfire from the site, and the apartments flank coming out as well. Barbar, he's got a big role to do with this AWP, considering no one's peeking into his sights. It's really down to the apartments push as well, but that's been spotted. Molotov does force him open, but Barbar, he doesn't get given a pick just yet. Sonic catching the man in the air. Detroni trades back, it's onto Zinken. A 1v2, and it's not happening. Bravado have done it. They will be in the grand finals here at DreamHack Open Winter. A 2-0, a hard-fought battle by both teams, and Barbar with his head in his hands. That's got to hurt to lose, but fantastic work from the South Africans.
Fantastic call to go for the apartments and short explosion as well. That is the perfect, and it's so easy for me to call because I can see the setup of all players on the time, but the team right now, Bravado, they see that as well. They read the game perfectly. Flash timing in, go take that control, big boy play, big boy final.
And there we go, very well deserved by them. And I mean, they've really proven everyone wrong here. No one expected either of these teams to get out of the group, but not only did they get out of the group, they're in the grand finals as well. And that is just really making a statement here in Sweden, defeating the home team on home soil. And I couldn't be more excited to see Bravado go on to our grand finals later today. They will be facing the winner of Heroic up against x6tence, and obviously that's the next semi-final that we'll be covering. But before that, we've got a man on the desk that some say has a bigger sack than Santa, Trey Stunner Saranthus. How are you doing?
Speechless. Thank you very much for that one, guys. My goodness, all the way from Johannesburg to Cape Town. It's going to be a wild one in South Africa, as Bravado has done it here in Jönköping, and x6tence Galaxy will be packing it up and getting on home, because it does look like we have our first grand finals, guys.
Yeah, Bravado, what a game they played right here. I think they were by far the best playing team. I think the players, the individuals showed up. We talked about prior to this matchup that we thought the individual skill level would favor the x6tence guys, but I think we saw it differently here. We saw Elusive on the first map dropping 23 frags and only dying 4 times. And on the second map, we saw the entire team just stepping up together, winning the game as a unit. So I think they showcased not only, one-dimensional Counter-Strike here, they showed more of a different ways to win games, both by the individual star power, but also as a team.
And also I love the aggression and the confidence coming out on map number 1, right? On Nuke, the way they were playing. I just got to point out Fady. Like, this is a guy, I've seen his stats, I've seen a few maps of his where he does have these maps where he can really peak, but he's usually not that consistent. It's kind of like a very aggro entry fragger sort of a playstyle which he has. And he's been very consistent throughout this entire series. Nuke was just complete domination. Not sure what Barbar was doing there with that knife, but that kind of told the story. Inferno, on the other hand, until we saw the second half of Inferno, it looked like they were going to run away with it, but x6tence Galaxy showing some cojones to come back. And this guy, man, for me, even though they're out of the tournament, Nog has been the find for me so far. He's been phenomenal. Everyone's talking about Plopsky and Roland and everything like that, but this guy has just been such a beast throughout this entire tournament. And I think overall, all things considered, x6tence can walk away from this event with the heads held high. They should be feeling pretty happy about the way they performed, all things considered. But Bravado, yeah, South African team in the finals. This has been, in my opinion, the biggest moment for South African CS maybe ever.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and they earned it. They earned this victory. You see in the scoreboard right there as well, Fady coming in with 13 entry kills in that game, posting an ADR of, I think it was 96 in average over 2 maps, and one of the maps going into OT. That's just a stellar performance. So I think they really earned their spot here in the final. We were a little bit doubtful whether they could keep it going after the group stage. They only did play best of ones the first day. Obviously, they won them, and that's why they got a free pass into the semifinal. But now they showed us they also have a decent deep map pool going into a best of 3 scenario, and they can actually win games when it comes down to the narrow.
Well, with 28 frags, our interviewee will be Sonic from Bravado Gaming. Let's go ahead and catch up with him now. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Now, secondly, I want to ask you a question along the lines of, about your preparation coming into today. Do you think that you were prepared really coming in today when you sat in that chair?
I felt we were pretty prepared. I mean, before the tournament, we were really prepared. We had all our strats run down, our game plan defined. While we were at the tournament, we really just kind of sat down and spoke about scenarios and how we sort of close rounds out and things, and just fixing the small little errors. So yesterday, we kind of took it a bit chilled, but today we came in with a good mentality, strong head, and we closed the game out.